What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is race number two. Number two today. Well, we had qualifying and practice. It wasn't a race, but stream number two. And we hope that you're having a great Saturday morning or Sunday evening for our friends around the world. We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We are back for some NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing. Been a couple weeks since they've been off. Last time we saw them, they were at the Talladega Super Speedway. We saw Grant Enfinger punch his ticket to the championship four as he is moving on to Phoenix in a couple weeks. So we got this week and Martinsville and then Phoenix for the final race of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Who is going to win that NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship? I don't know, but I think this top four that's in here now, Grant Enfinger, Corey Heim, Christian Eckes, and Ty Majeski is the ones that are going to be in the final four. That's my opinion. But anybody in the bottom cut line here, Caruth, he could do it. We'll see what happens. Taylor Gray, this race is number 21. That's right. So 21 races. I missed the Nashville series, and I think we missed one other. I can't remember. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Appreciate it. Over 120 of us here already. So let's get into it. What's up, Bronny, as well? Welcome back to another stream. Dylan is the GOAT. What's up? Triton is here. Right? What's up, Triton? Hope you're doing all right. Suzanne as well. And all the digital watchers out there watching, we appreciate you as well. So let's get to the main stage here. Keep on hitting that like, keep hitting that subscribe. Our goal is 100 likes as always. But coming up is the FS1 Brock. C. Brown, welcome back as my friend. Good to see you too as well. But we'll get into the lineup here. Screwy Tube, what's up? Screw. What's up? I like that. What's up, man? How you doing? But thank you guys for tuning in, and let's go to the FS1 broadcast. We'll be bringing the live audio of FS1 and the live leaderboard. Oh, Jamie Little.
At Phoenix in 2 weeks, we know one thing, Grant Enfinger has punched his ticket. Now 3 drivers to watch today. Well, they're on the outside looking in. How about the 17 of Taylor Gray? He's winless in his career, but he's turned up the wick so far. He's starting on the front row for the first time in his career. How about the 71 of Rajah Caruth? Got his first win at Las Vegas, another 1.5 mile track earlier this year, just 5 points out. And the hometown boy, Nick Sanchez. He's a 2-time winner already this year. What a full circle moment it would be if he could win today. We take a look at the playoff leaderboard. You see the 4 in green looking good, especially Grant Enfinger, the 4 on the outside. Well, let's kick things off and go trackside for pre-race ceremonies.
Wow, they pull around.
At this time, I would ask you to please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Olympic Heights High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome, from Charlotte Harbor Young Life, Cody Workman.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for an amazing, amazing weekend here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Lord, we pray for all those who have been affected by recent storms from the mountains of North Carolina to the barrier islands of our home in Southwest Florida. Lord, we ask that you bless everybody with your love and protection and to continue to send people to be your hands and feet. Lord, we ask for that same protection today for our drivers, crew members, and official safety workers. Let the skills that you have blessed them with today be honoring and glorifying to you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome 2-time Emmy nominee, Bo Davidson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
What a beautiful rendition of our national anthem. And we say good afternoon and, well, good morning if you're out west. I'm Jamie Little, joined by Phil Parsons and Michael Waltrip. So excited to be with you guys today. What a gorgeous day for racing. Now we have 2 races, 2 more opportunities to lock yourself into the championship 4, and that's coming up in just 2 weeks. But one guy, he already clinched his spot, and he did it in surprising fashion at his home track just 2 weeks ago, Phil.
Yeah, what an amazing job that Grant Enfinger did. He actually put on the clinic at Talladega. It's hard enough to run a race at Talladega without getting taken out in an accident, and Grant finished second in the first stage. He wins the second stage, and he wins the race. Sounds easy, right? Well, let's take a look back at how maybe it wasn't quite that easy. Watch Grant here racing with the 2 of Nick Sanchez. Nick gets turned around sideways into the side of Grant Enfinger. Grant avoids that and goes on. Here on pit road, he gets nudged by Caden Honeycutt. Almost disaster, almost turns him around. And then another incident with Nick Sanchez. Avoids that, holds on to the lead, and then coming to the checkered flag for the win. Watch, look at all the carnage behind him. He avoids all that, gets to victory lane, and he's been on vacation for 3 weeks. Grant Enfinger knows that he's going to Phoenix, as you mentioned, in a couple weeks, racing for a championship. So it's nothing but cool times for Grant Enfinger.
And don't you just love that, Jamie? You get to relax for a little bit while we're getting ready to race for a NASCAR championship. But the big 3, we've asked all second half of the season, who's going to join the big 3? Now we're asking, can the big 3 join Grant? You can see these numbers. They've won over half the races between 3 of them, led all those laps. They're in a good spot with points. But I'm telling you, Phil, this is some tense times for the guys that have been dominant all season long. Can they put together the perfect race here and next week in Martinsville and get to Phoenix to run for a championship? They will be our favorites if they do, but they got a lot of work to do before they get there.
Gosh, Grant Enfinger in. That's the first win of the season for him with a brand new team. It was awesome. He's locked in, but he's got 7 other drivers trying to join him in Phoenix to battle for that championship.
All right, so let's go through the lineup here for today's race. Corey Heim. Now, on my vlog, I forgot to pick my winner. I probably would have gone with Corey Heim because you know my boy Corey Heim, Bronny, you know. Corey Heim, I'm gonna take it. He's gonna win it for the pole. I mean, what the heck, you know? And my dark horse, Lane Riggs. It's kind of, I'm gonna go Riggs. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. So Heim is my pick. I know. And Riggs is my dark horse. So there you go. Riggs is my dark horse. Corey Heim is my pick. Let me see who you guys have in the win. Who you got tonight for your win? And we'll do dark horse after the next commercial. Who do you have as your winner today? Is it one of the 4 that's in the top 4? Corey Heim, Majeski? Could it be Christian Eckes? Could Grant Enfinger win another one? Corey Heim for the win. Eric says Heim time. It's Heim time. Get your watches out. It's Heim time. But thanks so much for hanging out. Emmett's going Riggs, Lane Riggs in that 38. Hey, loves truck stops back in there. Bronny says I've got Caruth for the win. I'm going for a long shot dark horse. Caden Honeycutt for my dark horse. There you go, Bronny. Mark says Raj Caruth for Mark. Corey has the 11 on his door and 11 lover. Lee says whoever finishes first is your pick, David. Well, that's a good one. That's a good way. Mark goes to Raj Caruth, the 71. Yes, sir. But keep on hitting that like, y'all, as you're coming in. Trying to get to 100 likes today. I'm going with Caruth, Jamie says. Of course. That's right. Hendrick. Steven says, hey, CeeLo, going to be a good race day. I'm thinking Sanchez may be the one to get it done. Nick Sanchez there in starting P4. Could he get it done? Nick Sanchez, P4. To move on to the round of 4. Would that be an upset there? Cheering on Raj Karuth, Cole Trickle. Good to see you. How was your night in the chat? In your in the campground, Cole. Ty Majeski here. All right, Rick's got the 98 with Majeski. What else you guys got? Don't speak up all at once. Let's go. Get your picks in. Tim, what's going on? Is this race on FS1? Yes, it is. It is on FS1. We will be bringing you the live audio of FS1. We'll be bringing you the live leaderboard. Unfortunately, we cannot do the cameras. They don't supply those. T-Van says, I'm saying Sanchez and Riggs for my dark horse. There you go. Sanchez. Cold Trickle. Yeah, I got you. Bronny says, everyone forgetting that Connor Zilic is in this field today because he isn't in the 7. He is in the 75. Connor Zilic in the 75. Remember, Connor Zilic announced he's going to JGR. He's going to race that 18 car for JGR next year in Xfinity Series. Xfinity Series is going to be loaded, jam-packed with rookies next year. It's going to be an amazing series to watch. Lots of talent. Low Life says Eckes. All right, Eckes, the one pick for Eckes there. Is there any low-budget teams? There's a lot of them in the truck series. Swallowich in the 18. Wow, I always get that messed up. It's Swallowich in the 18. There's so many names that sound familiar. So, all right, Swallowich in the 18. Do apologize about that. Not Zillage. Zillage is going to run in the 88, correct? Zillage is in the 88. Swallowich is in the 18. Am I correct on that one? Am I correct? There's been so many changes, y'all, in the last couple. Zillage is going to be in the 88. All right, so Zillage in the 88. Swallowich in the 18. So there we go.
And Miami
Thanks
Speedway.
for your picks, guys. We'll do Dark Horse next commercial.
Up 34 of them. They're ready to put on a show. And we can't wait to
Thank
do
you,
it.
the goalie.
A lot of storylines to
Amy,
follow.
thank you.
It's all right in front of us, gentlemen. It's the playoffs.
And the fall off here on this racetrack is something special here. These guys will be running up against the wall trying to find some grip.
Inches away from the wall for all these laps in a row. Who doesn't make a mistake? Who keeps it together today?
That's what it all comes down to. Well, without further ado, let's go
so
trackside to hear the most famous words in racing and kick things off.
Homestead-Miami Speedway, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Please welcome Chief Executive Officer for Baptist Health Homestead Hospital, Ken Spell.
Drivers, start your engine!
Which one is a low budget? I'll pick one of them. I don't know, anybody down here? Any of those guys there? David?
Well, it's a two-day event here for the truckers and Homestead. Qualifying took place on Friday. And Corey Heim, who has 6 wins on the season, it's his first pole of the year.
People keep sleeping on the 19.
Starts,
I know.
First pole.
Got it done when it matters most.
Raja and Nick here on row 2. Those trucks are going to be fast when we go racing here in a little bit.
I'm Majeski, another one of those guys above the cut line. And Caden Honeycutt announced that he will be full-time next year.
Good for him. That's going to be a great pairing next year.
Danny Dye, Christian Eckes, and there's Grant Enfinger on row 5. Phil, see if you can get a word with him.
Yeah, let's do that.
Phil, push the button. We're having communication issues. Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Hey, Grant Enfinger, this is Phil Parsons in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I do. I was wondering who had an open mic and keying up, but yeah, I now found out it's you and Michael.
Well, that was a little bit of a miscommunication on our part. But anyway, how has this 3-week vacation has been for you since that huge win at Talladega, knowing that you're going to Phoenix to race for a championship?
Vacation, I don't know about, but it's definitely a huge advantage for our CR7 Motorsports team. Not only to get our first win, but to lock ourselves
Thank you,
in the
Morning.
finish.
Thank you so much.
Allows us a little bit of extra preparation and allows us to
Go
be
Arkansas,
a little bit
Sean
gutsier with our
says.
decisions today. So I honestly think we got a champion power equipment Chevy that's strong enough to potentially contend for another win today. So I think for us that's the only thing that matters. So we're gonna do our best to do it.
Grant Enfinger, it's Waltrip. How difficult for the viewers at home is it to manage that grip right out next to the wall, running that high on the racetrack? How challenging is that?
It's definitely challenging. I think it's a little bit more so in the truck with the way our bodies are and the way our motors and gears work. There's still an advantage to running the wall, but obviously it's a bigger penalty when you do touch it. So, man, I mean, like yesterday in practice, we had quite a bit more grip when I was really close to the wall and substantially less grip when I was 4 or 5 feet away. So, you know, just managing that, you know, that's another situation where we have a little bit of advantage this week. I can be a little bit more aggressive with that, but yeah, in the truck, it's definitely, you know, walking the line.
Buddy, we appreciate you talking to us. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Well, we have 2 pit reporters, per usual, covering all the action
like button
on pit
for a
road.
show.
Amanda Busick and Todd Bodine. Mr. Bodine, a 2-time winner here. I hope you're sharing all that wealth of knowledge that you have.
I would just give it to anybody who want to listen, Jamie, but these young guys say I'm just an old guy that won a few races, so no big deal. Well, yeah, today, you know, it's different than when I won all those races in the 2 championships. So we raced under the regular points format. Today, these guys race under the playoff format, and there's always that one guy that goes from round to round just scratching and clawing, trying to get points. Today in Homestead, that guy is Tyler Ankrum. He's minus 23 to the cut line. They've got to get points. Yeah, they're here to win the race, but the reality is getting points. And Mark Hillman is crew chief, who I call my big little brother, because Mark was my truck chief for 7 years. And Mark, we won those 2 championships, but we won them in different circumstances. We won them under the old format points, and we didn't have stage racing. So how has those 2 things changed how a crew chief thinks about these races?
Well, I mean, with the points the way they are today, we were looking at 36 points, and we only had to execute the end of the race for points. Today's world, you got 20 extra points, so you can get 55, 56 points in a full race, and you got to execute all the stages, right? So that makes you have to focus on stage 1, stage 2 points throughout the race, and then be there at the end with no mistakes.
So we're going for points today. That's what the plan is here with Mark Hillman. Take it down to you, Amanda.
Yeah, Todd, another team going for points today is that 17 of Taylor Gray. We took a look at the highlight for Grant Enfinger's win at Talladega, and racing right alongside him was Taylor Gray for his first win. It was a runner-up finish that Taylor Gray called brutal, but said that he's ready to move on from it. His crew chief, Jeff Hensley, told him that, hey, if there's ever a person to lose to, it is Grant Enfinger. He is the best to ever do it on speedways. He has his best qualifying effort here this weekend in Miami, starting from the second position. If he capitalizes on that here today, Taylor will be in great position at our penultimate race in Martinsville next Friday. Jamie?
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, so many storylines, so much on the line. And what a great racetrack to come to. This is a place that drivers, they call it their favorite place to race. It's going to be fun. And Mikey, how about our Craftsman track description?
I like track descriptions because the numbers really mean a lot to these guys. But you just can't put it into words what it's like to drive around this place. 1.5 miles in length, up to 180 miles an hour. The banking is variable. That's why when Grant's talking about there's more grip next to the wall, the higher up there you can get, the faster you can go. And that's the line that they're going to be walking. That's your Craftsman track description.
Let's take a look at our race analysis. You see this race is 134 laps, 200 miles.
Not even there.
Stage 1's 30, stage 2 is 30. You see that final stage at 74 laps and our pit window somewhere between 50 and 55. I think if we get a green flag run in that 3rd stage, we're going to see green flag pit stops, probably starting around lap 100 to 105. So it'd be fun to watch.
That's when we're really going to have to start leaning on our stat guys and listening to the radios, figuring out who's doing what as far as strategy goes and getting those points early in this race.
Well, we have 2 onboards to follow along with today.
Yeah, this is the Infinity Communications onboard for Lane Riggs. Lane, 2-time winner already this season. Unfortunately, didn't make the playoffs. And more bad news that he will have to go to the back of the pack because he was underweight in the post-qualifying weigh-in. So it's going to be fun to watch that 38 come from the back.
Let's hop on board with Daniel Dye, Race to Stop Suicide onboard camera on his Chevrolet. He's going to roll from the 7th position. Daniel's had a great season. See if he can get a win here late in the year.
He's always in the middle of the action. Looking forward to that. We're about to heat things up here in South Florida. 134 laps, 200 miles of racing action coming your way next.
All right, so let's do our dark horses here and our cautions. So let me see your dark horse. I'm going to go with Lane Riggs. He's going to the back of the pack, but that car is strong. It's been a couple weeks, these guys. We might have some issues. Now, remember, they have to pretty tight on the wall, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going Lane Riggs for my dark horse. Who do you have as your dark horse today? And also cautions, I'm going to go 6 again. I like the 6 number. 13 caution for Triton. Caden Honeycutt, Bronny says for his dark horse. Dark horse is Sean is the Eckes, the 19. All right. Karen, what's up? Good day to you as well. Sela, what was your reaction when hearing Tropicana Field was? Oh, it was crazy, man. This sucks. I've been there multiple times, so that sucks to hear. Let's see who else you got in the dark horses, y'all. Who else you got? I'm with you on Riggs. 8 cautions, Steven says. I'm saying it's a dark Taylor Gray winner today. There you go. Anita's going Taylor Gray, mark himself in the Final Four. Grant Enfinger with back-to-back wins in a row and 7 cautions from Mark. My dark horse for this race is Connor Zilich. There you go, Albert. Thank you so much. Eric says Christian Eckes. My pick is Chase Purdy for now. All right, Taj, got you. Tom, thanks for subscribing. Steve says, when they switch our current free cams to HBO, I hope we will also get the trucks. We'll see. Karen says the 17. I'm picking Taylor Gray for the win today, Albert says. All right, got you, Albert. 5 cautions for Sean. No, what's up, Corey? It's Heim time for TJ Robinson. Hoping he, okay, I will. I'll call you in just a second. Riggs is a good bet. Riggs is a good bet. Taylor Gray, Sean. And then let's see. And I need to go with Raj Caruth for the win. There you go, Taj. Sanchez, 6 cautions. I will call her in just a second. As soon as it comes out to commercial, I will call her. Taylor Gray for the win. All right, Sean. Taylor Gray, 98 for the win. 11 dark horse. 9 cautions for Ross. Dark horse, Mozak. Heim time for the win. 7 cautions, ME Racing. Georgia Tech there. I'd say Majeski might have another dark horse. And Majeski needs to secure himself in the Final Four. The 0-2 is my dark horse. I know it's not going to happen, but anything would happen. That's right. I like the paint scheme on the 0-2 as well. That is my favorite. All right, thanks, guys, for the dark horse. Here we go.
Just getting ready for the green flag to drop. It's race number 21 of 23 on the season. A lot of puffy clouds overhead. Nice and warm. We mentioned the drivers to the rear. Mentioned Lane Riggs. Truck was a little lighter than NASCAR like. They had to make that adjustment, add some weight. And Tanner Gray in the 15 yesterday. Scraped the wall, had to make some unapproved adjustments there. And Matt Mills in the 42 had a transmission issue, so they will all drop to the rear.
You know, we talk about running inches away from the wall, and I was watching practice yesterday, and Tanner Gray, I thought maybe it was the guy that was up there the highest. Well, unfortunately, he got into the outside wall and had to do repairs, was not able to qualify.
I think Grant explained it so well to the viewers at home. You know, the closer you get, the more speed there is, but that's a tight line to walk for sure.
You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable if you want to run up there.
Yeah, and remember, these are steel bodies on these trucks. The Xfinity cars, as well as the Cup cars, have composite bodies, and those composite bodies have a little more memory. But you poke a steel body in, and it stays in there. Unfortunately, see a lot of cut tires after wall contact.
Good view of Daniel Dye there. Is on board, focused. You better be focused, because when they say go, get to turn 1, it's going to be on, Phil.
Yeah, you saw the 2 pieces of tape on his steering wheel. One of those will tell him when his steering wheel is straight going down the straightaway, and the other piece of tape is where he wants that steering wheel when he makes a pit stop, because those guys will probably want that wheel turned a little bit to make sure they can get those tires out from under the fenders.
So Corey Heim, that 11 truck on the inside, starting on pole for the first time this season. Taylor Gray, first front row start of his career. Green flag is in the air.
We go, bucket.
Homestead-Miami Speedways, they fan out all over behind them.
All the way down to the paint on the inside of the racetrack.
Looked like a little contact for
Lap
Tyler
3, we're going to honor
Aikman
Dale
back there
Sr.
on the bottom of the racetrack.
Nice run off turn 2 there by Taylor Gray. Able to get beside our leader, Corey Heim.
See, Rajah Caruth, this blue and white 71, makes it 3 wide.
Heim
Sanchez
time
right in the middle of that action.
with the lead.
He
Corey
slips
Heim.
back. Rajah Caruth gets that position.
Didn't take long for these guys to spread out, and he did it.
I told you, Phil. They're going to be 3 wide for a while on this racetrack. You can see here down into turn 1. Tyler Ankrum scraping the bottom of the racetrack.
All right, lap 3 coming around. Get ready for your 3s.
See the pylon on the left side. Drivers in yellow are your playoff drivers, and you see Grant Enfinger in 10th. In green, he's the only one that has punched his ticket and will race for the championship in 2 weeks at Phoenix.
He jumped right up to the top of the racetrack at the initial
All right, y'all,
start.
on lap 3, we honor Dale Sr. every lap 3 on our channel. Let me see those 3s in the chat, y'all. 3s.
Daniel Dye right on his bumper. Saw that 2 truck sideways. Here comes Ben Rhodes to the bottom.
Ben Rhodes with a call of the decade, I would say, last year by his bid crew chief, Rich Lucius. Up in the action to start this in that 75 truck. We see them part-time in the series. This week, it's Connor Zilic.
And remember, we have 4 Connors in the field today, so...
Spelled 3 different ways, by the way.
Please forgive us if we get the wrong Connor.
Zilic impressive early in that 75 truck. Down at the bottom.
Praise, you know what? Praise, you know what? We always praise you on lap 3, Dale Sr.
That's a 75 inside of the 99 of Ben Rhodes.
Oh,
so
all right, let's
close.
go.
A little bit of contact there.
Check it out from Daniel's onboard camera. See Zilic with a nice run. Ben's blocking that line a little
leading
bit.
this race.
Connor says, it's too late, buddy. I'm in.
Boy, Nick Sanchez has his hands full. You saw on the onboard just bouncing all around. There's the one. William Sawalich, one of 2 drivers making double duty today. Sawalich making his Xfinity debut back in the Tricon truck today.
So Ben Rhodes made the move around another one of the Connors. Connor Jones, his teammate in the 66 truck. Is that Tanner Gray already all the way from the back? And that 15 truck pulls in front of Ben Rhodes?
Wow.
Up to 19th from the rear already, only 5 laps in.
He's going to go up there and join his brother, Phil.
Yeah, you know, one thing we have to remember, because he was not able to make a qualifying effort, he started the race on brand new tires. Again, there's only 1.5, 2 laps on these rest of these guys' tires, but that much matters here.
Yeah, you talked to a couple of crew chiefs that told you that they needed every tire to be perfectly fresh when they put them on. We talked about strategy, maybe pitting before the stage break. Maybe we won't see that today because of the value of those new tires.
So you see the 15, Tanner Gray right there, black and white truck.
That's right.
All over William Sawalich. That's his teammate trying to pick up another spot or 2 right here.
Intimidator.
There's no substitute for better tires, especially on a racetrack like Homestead-Miami.
A couple of names of the future here. Connor Zilic, William Sawalich battling there. Tanner Gray slipping in between them. Not only names of the future, Phil, but names of the present.
Exactly.
These kids are getting it done.
So Wallace, 9 ARCA wins this year. Connor Zilic, 5 on a limited schedule. Well, both of those drivers with a limited schedule on ARCA.
71, Araja Caruth. This is the battle for 6th. There's a lot going on in that Ty Majeski truck. Look at that 98.
Remember, we talk about stage points.
Taylor Gray,
Eckes,
Honeycutt.
Points are. Gosh, we're only 22, 23 laps from the end of stage 1. You don't want to be struggling, possibly like Nick Sanchez here early in this race, and not get any stage points. Right now, he's running 10th, and that would only be 1 point.
Stages, lap 30, as Phil mentioned, lap 60 for end of stage 2. It'll be 134 laps will complete this race.
Hit that like button for us, trying to get to 100 likes.
Not missing anything up front. Corey Heim continues to lead over Taylor Gray and Christian Eckes.
Watch him work that wheel, Phil. Really dancing around, getting in the center.
Lloyd, welcome back.
Loose in the center, working the throttle.
Just pedaling that throttle.
And pedaling that steering wheel, too. Oh, trying to make the move on the inside of Matt Mills. Couldn't get it done. Really loose looking.
Battling for the 24th position right here. Remember, both these trucks had to go to the back for the start, as Jamie mentioned.
It's been quite a couple of days for Lane Riggs. They had problems before practice even got started yesterday. Then after qualifying, the issues that put him to the rear, but he's battling his way up.
P2
Battle
now.
For second right here as Christian Eckes all over the bumper of Taylor Gray. The 45 right there.
How about that? Caden Honeycutt now. He's going to move to the bottom, trying to make the move around Christian Eckes. Remember, this is Phil Gould-led truck here. This is the same truck, same team that won this race last year with Carson Hocevar.
Oh, yeah.
We mentioned Caden Honeycutt announced this week he will be full-time, and deservedly so. Every time he gets in this truck, we're always talking about him. He's in the mix. He's a factor. So now he's earned that right, and he will be full-time with Nice in 25.
And he's a Cars Tour Pro Late Model champion, just crowned last weekend.
Congratulations.
Another pass for Tanner Gray and those 2-lap pressure tires.
Up to 15 for the 15 truck after 11 laps. Got around Tyler Ankrum there in the 18. He's one of our playoff drivers. He's got to have a big day today if he wants to see his championship hopes stay alive. Let's get an update on Ty Majeski, Amanda.
Yeah, one of those other playoff drivers that want to keep their hopes alive is the 98 of Ty Majeski. I talked to him prior to this race about Grant Enfinger's win in Talladega, and he said that absolutely hurt our effort. We cannot have another wild card win in this playoff, this championship hunt to Phoenix.
And Gray's flying.
He does. Miami. He won here in 2022 and said that he wasn't one of those drivers that prefers racing the wall here. He said that he was actually using the bottom of 1 and 2 and then racing the seams in 3 and 4. So look a little bit out of that in Ty Majeski today if he's going to look to back up that 2022 win with a good performance here in Miami.
Ty Majeski trying to get around the 7 of Connor Mozak. And 5th spot, as you see the battle right there, Christian Eckes goes for 2nd. It's been a beautiful day so far. We're just getting started here at Homestead-Miami.
All right, stage 1, we are in. Appreciate everybody being here. Thanks so much. We cannot give you the cams tonight. As always, we've done the truck races since the Daytona 500. We have not had cams available at all the whole season. So maybe like Steve said, next year when the cams do go to HBO Max, we'll have the cams for the truck race. And maybe, just maybe, we might get to show them. I'm going to work that out in the off season, see if I can get an agreement with HBO Max to see if we can do that. We'll see what happens. I'd probably get a no, but we're going to try. We're going to try. But it's kind of crazy that they've gone free for all these years, and all of a sudden now they're going to move it to HBO Max, which is a dumb thing. But anyway, but thank you guys so much. Please don't tell CeeLo to shut up, everyone. Am I talking? If I do talk, I'm good. Look, this is a play-by-play interactive chat. We're going to be talking over the audio. That's what we do here. We don't just sit in quiet. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. We're trying to get to 27,000 subscribers this weekend. We're less than 200 to go to 27K. And what happens if we get to 27K? We get 2 pies to the face this weekend because 1, we missed out on last week's because we hit 25,000 or 26,000 last weekend. We're going for 27. Eva says keep talking. But thank you guys for being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And thanks for the race. I'm at work. Oh, you're welcome. Quite welcome, Paul. We'll be bringing you the Xfinity race after this. Right about 2:30 Central, we'll be going live again for the Xfinity race today. And then after that, we're going to go live for the World Series Game 2. We had a huge stream last night. We'd love to see you there as well. If you like the Yankees and Dodgers, it was a great ending last night with a grand slam by Freddie Freeman. Great drama, great times. So make sure you stick with us for the rest of the week, the rest of the night here on the Go at CeeLo. CeeLo's streaming all day long as we push our last couple pushes of NASCAR and baseball for the rest of the year. We normally do baseball and NASCAR through most of the year. And then at the end, we do basketball, hockey, and some college football, maybe some NFL football as we go into the winter months. So thank you guys so much for being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, sit back and enjoy a truck race from Homestead-Miami. Let's get back to the FS1 broadcast.
Speedway, Corey Heim continues to lead here. He's led all 17 laps so far. 13 laps to go in stage
like to see
number
Homestead
1.
be the final track in the playoffs.
Playoff on the charge. Moved into the 2nd spot. You see him there in the 45 truck right up there on the top of the racetrack. Taylor Gray and then Christian Eckes. Ty Majeski in that 5th spot.
last 5 laps. Second place Honeycutt. This beautiful number 45 truck has been faster than our leader, Heim, closing the gap.
He's running higher on the racetrack. We've talked about it the entire time, how much grip there is up there, the progressive banking we talk about. He's running a little bit higher than Corey Heim and able to really make some nice ground up.
And, you know, if Corey Heim could sit there and
Big
lead the
Honeycutt is
race
your dark
truck
horse.
with off the wall, that's certainly a much better plan than scraping up along that wall.
Those black tire marks on that outside wall aren't from running one lane below it, are they?
That's right. And Honeycutt has nothing to lose. He's up there running high. He's going to try the bottom here in 1 and 2. Looking around.
Killing it. He is. And remember that he won last year. Not Honeycutt, but
pylon,
Hocevar in the same
7
truck.
of our 8 playoff drivers are inside the top 10, including Grant Enfinger, highlighted in green. Honeycutt, Connor Mozak, and now Dean Thompson in the 5 truck in the top 10.
Tanner Gray still making his way forward. Toddy's down on the bottom of the racetrack making moves.
Yeah, Michael, that's one thing that is really interesting about what Tanner's doing. Everybody's up at the top of the racetrack, right? We know that that's what you want to do here at Homestead. Tanner loves his truck around the bottom. And if you can wrap the bottom of this racetrack, obviously there's no trucks down there, you're going to make some passes. And that's what he's doing. We've watched him drive to the front. Looking good for Tanner so far.
I like the various grooves, you know, how you can move around, make things happen at this racetrack. You saw there Todd talking about Tanner running low. He goes up to the top. That's the way it works here.
I was watching Xfinity qualifying yesterday, and a lot of the drivers are running the bottom of the racetrack in 1 and 2.
What's up, Susan?
And then like the upper middle part of the racetrack in 3 and 4, and that's on the same lap.
So often when we run here, we'll have this long green flag run like we are right now. And, you know, when the handling starts going away, how nice is it to be at a track like this where you can overcome some of those, you know, things that aren't working on your truck. You got to wait for those adjustments.
11 laps out, down already
like
from
Nick
Munoz.
Sanchez's struggles have stabilized.
Anytime you want me to scroll, just say CeeLo, scroll.
And he's not losing any more ground.
There's Sanchez there. We saw how loose. You can see it still is loose.
Well, yeah, maybe it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect.
Talked in the top of the show about Nick Sanchez calling this racetrack home. Came here for the first time when he was 5 years old. I believe it was his uncle brought him here to watch a truck series race. And he went home and told his mom he wanted to be a race car driver. She Googled how to be a race car driver.
Thank you,
And then by the time he was about 11 years old, he was racing go-karts in Miami. And look at him now.
Yeah, he's already 11 laps down.
Arkham Menard Series champion. They've announced he's moving up to the Xfinity Series next year. He'll race for Big Machine in the 48 car.
And he'll do a great
Sanchez
job
in that
there
48
with
next year.
Donahue,
Parker Klingerman
Scott
out of the
Borchetta,
car.
Team.
So that leads us to wonder who's going to take over the 2 truck. And, you know, there's a lot of speculation. We love silly season, but what a great ride this will be for somebody next year.
Well, I want to see Andres Perez go on that truck. Obviously, he won the ARCA championship this year for Rev Racing. That is Rev Racing with an arrangement with Spire Motorsports. So I really want to see, as Caden Honeycutt gets really close to the outside wall and gains ground.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Battle
Look at the
for
momentum.
the lead. Well, Michael, you talked about Caden Honeycutt coming on strong. Look at him, goes to the top. Corey Heim right in the middle.
Whoa!
He just cut that
Almost
lead by 4/10 of a second.
He's all over Heim's bumper.
You know, those two remind me of each other, Phil. They showed up, and we noticed something was special about the way they could wheel these trucks. Corey Heim is now looking in his mirror and seeing another guy that I think is a superstar of the future. Taking some gambles there, risk running that high line. It's even harder, Phil, when you're behind another truck because your vision isn't as good and you don't have your aero downforce.
And Corey moved up the racetrack, too. That was probably the highest we've seen him run down there in 3 and 4.
See them going around the 44. Connor Daly in the truck this year for the 3rd time this season, just trying to hang on. Looks like he's got himself a loose truck as well.
It's hard to explain to our viewers how challenging it is to drive these trucks when you lose the amount of grip that these trucks do on this racetrack.
Right.
It's fun to watch Caden Honeycutt. We talked about
doing a World Series.
And, you know, after he
we'll
announced
get to
that
some
he'll be
Preds
full-time
soon.
next year with his team, he said the holidays are going to be a lot more enjoyable, just knowing that I'm there. And now the way he's driving, I mean, talk about the relief on this young man. Today may be his day, just knowing things are locked in and he's not competing for a ride right now.
And we've seen him contend this year. He's had a couple chances to go to victory lane if things would have played out.
4 laps to go in stage 1.
You know, Phil, you talked about it's hard to.
I think Honeycutt gave it all he had.
Let's just listen to the throttle for Lane Riggs in 1 and 2 as he goes down here. How much pedaling he has to do, and watch his hands. He's driving that truck with one hand. You can see the right hand, he's letting the wheel slip through it there, but he wants to go wide open. And when we go on the restart on fresh tires, he'll do that. But it's certainly a different story now, isn't it?
The pace right now is 3 seconds slower than what we were for the fastest laps early in the race. 3 seconds.
Also love you saying it's hard for us to explain to the viewers at home. That's why I tried to get Grant to do it. Thinking maybe since he's doing it, maybe he could, but it's just really difficult to explain the talent of these racers.
Just about 2 laps to go here in stage number 1.
How about that move by Sanchez getting around Raja?
Oh, yeah, of course
that's
I am.
another point.
That's Sunday. Yes.
Sanchez's truck is coming around a little bit. That gives him the 8th spot. Raja's going to fight back.
And we saw him lose his heck on the 2nd or 3rd lap. So he's just learned how to deal with it. It certainly isn't any better now.
One of the many drivers, I'm sure, that can't wait for the green and white checker to come out, knowing the pit stops are coming. Adjustments to these trucks. 2 laps to go before the end of stage 1. Really good run so far. We mentioned Connor Mozak in the 7. This is the star truck. We've seen different personalities behind the wheel. We've seen different winners with this team.
Yeah, Connor's finished in the top 10 in this truck. He's run some road course races for Junior Motorsports. Had a great 6th place run on the street course at Chicago earlier this year. He's also run some races for Nice Motorsports as well here in the Truck Series. Looking for him to go full time next year, hopefully.
Final lap
did that
here.
happen?
Can Honeycutt close the door? Doesn't
Final
look
lap.
like he's going to be
Honeycutt
able
trying to make a run here.
Corey Heim will pick up stage win number 1 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Honeycutt 2nd. Ty
Congratulations,
Majeski,
Heim time.
Taylor Gray, Christian Eckes, Grant Enfinger, Connor Mozak, Nick Sanchez, Raja Kruth, and Dean Thompson round out the top 10.
Matt Crafton there, 11th.
So all the playoff drivers get
What
points.
a year it's been for Corey Heim. Picks right up.
So Corey Heim saying, hey, I want to be racing for a championship in Phoenix. Heim time. Let me see those Heim time. Let me see those 11s in the chat. If you're a Heim time fan, Heim's like, take me to Phoenix, baby. But welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. We are now in stage 2. Stage 2 just won by Corey Heim. Another 30 laps in stage 2. And everyone except, Tyler Ankrum. That's right. Ankrum did not get any stage points. But let's go through the field really quick here. Let you take a look. Corey Heim, Caden Honeycutt, Ty Majeski, Taylor Gray, Christian Eckes, Grant Enfinger, Connor Mozak in that 7. Nick Sanchez in 8th. Raj Kruth 9th. Dean Thompson 10th. Matt Crafton, look at him in 11th. Stuart Friesen 12th. Tanner Gray 13th. Connor Zilich there in 14th. Danny Dye, as Michael Waltrip calls him, in 15th. 16th, Tyler Ankrum. 17th, William Swalowich. 18th, Matt Mills. Chase Purdy in 19th. Corey Day in 20th. 21st, Dawson Sutton. Lane Riggs 22nd. 23rd, Ben Rhodes. 24th, Connor Jones. 25th, Lawless Allen. 26th, Bailey Curry. 1 lap down is going to be Timmy Hill, Jake Garcia, Connor Daly there in 29th. Marco Andretti 30th, 31st, Nathan Bird, 32nd, Spencer Boyd, 33rd, Justin Modick, and Frankie Munoz, I believe, 18 laps. I bet he is out for the day. I bet he DNF'd. But we'll see. We'll see if they mention it. But thank you guys. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, as we're trying to get to 100 likes here. Thank you guys so much. We're at 94 likes. Thank you guys. And we'll be bringing the Xfinity race to you guys at 2:30 Central for the pre-race show. And then green flag at 3 o'clock. Pre-race ceremonies around 2:45. And then the race will be at 3 o'clock for the green flag. We are 3rd stream of the day coming up. We've been going since 8 a.m. this morning Central Time. We had practice and qualifying where Tyler Reddick won the pole. So him and Kyle Lawson are on the outside. So thank you guys for hanging out with us 316 of us here for a truck race. That's about right. But thank you guys. I can't stop saying thank you guys because, it's amazing that you guys will watch and hang out and become the community that we've built. And everybody likes talking to each other in the chat. We have a great time. So we'll see. Pit stops coming up here. We'll see what happens with the crew chiefs and how they get their kids out. Let's see what happens. Who takes 2? Maybe take 4 tires. We'll see. I'm sure everybody will take 4 tires.
Corey Heim gets those coveted 10 points for picking up that stage win. There it is right there, stage 1 results and all the points that they pick up with them. Remember, the drivers in yellow, they need all the points they can get.
A lot of yellow up there in that top 10. Tyler Ankrum, the only driver in our playoffs that did not get any stage points.
Great run for Caden Honeycutt. That's just so impressive. Dean Thompson up from 18th to a top 10 in that stage. Good run for him. There's that 45.
A couple top 5 finishes already with a limited schedule for Caden Honeycutt. I think this is going to be a force to be reckoned with Phil Gould next year.
Next year it's going to be fun, isn't it?
Nice young man. I was looking at his stats. I mean, it's being part-time to jump in and out of this series is no easy feat. You mentioned the top 5s, 5 top 5s so far, but perhaps today maybe he gets that first win.
And this is an interesting part of the race for me. What the comms between the crew and the driver is. What is the driver reporting? How can Caden Honeycutt make that truck even faster than it is? His words and his inflection of his voice, the crew chief, Phil Gould, he'll listen to that and decide how serious his issues are.
Last night, Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam lit up LA as the Dodgers got the opening game of the World Series in historic fashion. Well, Judge and the Yankees, they'll look to bounce back tonight in Game 2. That's 7 Eastern on Fox. I watched most of it and fell asleep before the grand slam.
Yamamoto for LA.
Yeah, rode on for the Yankees. What a great pitcher's duel that was last night. I mean, I watched every pitch of that game. Those pitchers so solid. Such great stories, too, for those pitchers last night. Both of them grew up as fans of the Dodgers and the Yankees, respectively.
Great series, no doubt. So that's tonight at 7
Central.
Eastern.
6 might be
talked
the
about the
pregame.
comms. Here they come to pit road. Caden Honeycutt has to stop perfectly on his mark so his crew can go to work, and we'll see if they put a wrench in it, how serious the adjustments he needs is. See, top of the screen there, going to work on the right side.
It's going to be 4 tires for everybody here, Michael. No one will gamble on 2 tires here at this racetrack. Todd.
11 Corey Hines started off this race a little too free on entry, but right before the pit stop, he said, don't change anything. The truck is coming to me. I like where it is right now. That's good for the long front speed for that 11 truck. Amanda?
Yeah, Todd, it was a nice clean entry into his pit box by Taylor Gray. He went out on his qualifying tires. You'll see new Goodyears going on that truck at the moment. Towards the end of that stage, Jeff Hensley said to him, keep digging hot. It is everything to put this guy in position for a championship shot in Phoenix.
Taylor Gray up 2 spots.
Amanda looking up and down pit road. Love that. You could see a lot of wrenches, good to see you. A lot of air pressure adjustments. But Corey Heim, no adjustment. So who got it right? We'll find out. Stage.
Corey Heim, 4 tires. Comes out first. Taylor Gray, 4 tires. Comes out second, up 2 spots. The loser was Ty Majeski. He went down 3 spots. It's Heim time. That's right. Little R Pistons, it's Heim time. Get those watches out. Let me see those clocks in the chat. Heim time. Caesar says, hey, CeeLo, who do you recommend for NBA games? Play-by-play with JJ. He does Sixers. And I really don't know much about any of those. I don't know. I don't really follow much NBA, but I thought maybe do a game to see how it does. But we're going to be doing all the Tennessee Volunteers basketball games. So that's going to work out for us. We do a lot of college basketball. We had a great time with college basketball last year. So we'll be following Tennessee Volunteers basketball and maybe do some college games. And maybe on a Sunday, we might do an NFL game. We'll see how it goes. But right now, we're doing NASCAR, and we're doing it all the way to the end of the season. Now, next Friday is going to be interesting because there's a Craftsman Truck Series at Martinsville. It starts at 5 or 6 Central. And then the World Series, if it is in game 6 or 5 or 6, will be on that night too. So I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. We've been blowing it out of the water on World Series games, so we might have to do a poll on that one, but we'll see how it goes. So I get about half the games on TV, Steve says. Or we do the truck race and then join the World Series in progress. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. The 45 is fast. He is, Tim. And just remember, this car won last year here in the truck race with Carson Hocevar in it. So, truck race. It's Martinsville, George says. 3 for me. Chili's. Three hamburgers for $10.99. Ain't too bad of a deal. Great race at Martinsville tonight for the Whelen Modified Tour. Yeah. Cole Trickle was telling me about that. Bunch of Mazdas running around there.
Our Craftsman Truck Series action live from Homestead-Miami Speedway. Got all the adjustments done, new tires put on, and we're ready to start stage number 2. Well, we mentioned there's one playoff driver that finished outside the top 10 in stage number 1, Tyler Ankrum. Let's get an update. Todd.
Yeah, here with Mark Hillman, crew chief Tyler Ankrum. Tyler said the truck was just too free all the way through the corner. Didn't get the stage points you needed.
Thank you, Brody.
What'd you do to fix the truck?
We went down on a track bar and I pulled a packer out of the left front, big air pressure swing. Took a pretty big Hail Mary at it. So.
Well, that's what we see here at Homestead a lot, right? You got to send that thing out there, get the Hail Mary. Hopefully you got it fixed up for him.
Yeah. Thanks.
Morning, Lori.
That's a lot of adjusting. I tell you that. We talk about putting a wrench in it.
That's a kitchen sink.
He pulled a packer too. Let's add that to
All right,
the
sounds good. The 2 of the
equation.
19.
Problems on pit road for Nick Sanchez.
Yeah,
Oh,
bad news for
man.
Nick Sanchez. He was caught speeding. Let's take a look and see him pull out of his pits.
Nick Sanchez
Towards the top of the
speeding.
screen, you can see the yellow and black
Are you
truck
two
right there.
fans that
At the
picked
start
him?
line.
Yeah, he's out of the pits already.
He's watching
So
his
wild play
tachometer.
soon
He
against
said
Phillip.
he
You think you-
did the lights like he's
Kyle.
supposed to.
Yeah, they were 3 wide for a moment. It's not nothing egregious. It doesn't look like. You saw him gain a little bit on Majeski, but here's the radio
Al Anderson,
after he was
$2
told.
super chat. Thank you, sir.
No, I was
Make sure you
on one
thank
red.
Kyle.
Anything under. Did I speed? There's no way.
Sounds like speeding, section 7.
Oh, how the hell did that? Whatever.
Obviously
said
frustrated
whatever.
with that, doesn't agree with the call. Pit road speed is 45 miles per hour, but there's a grace in there.
Yeah, you get 5 mile an hour grace period, but those they
take it.
every tenth of a mile an hour of that, and he goes by his tach. There's no speedometers in these trucks. We know that. He goes by his tach and he says 1 red. If I'm 1 red, and they do a pit road pass before the race to test all that, he said 1 red should be good. So he doesn't understand why he was caught speeding, but he's going to have to back off of that a little bit.
50.1 is all. I mean,
50.01,
exactly.
and you're out.
You're
black and white.
You're going to the back.
Yeah.
So Nick Sanchez ended stage 1 in 8th. He'll fall to the back of the lead lap trucks. That'll put him right now, it looks like 25th. So he's got a lot of ground to make up after that
But
mistake.
that truck was crazy loose earlier, so if they made that truck better, we saw how Tanner Gray was able to race through the field. There's a lot of grooves to pass here at Homestead, so still not out of it. See,
Corey Heim, Taylor Gray.
Here we
Taylor
go.
got out of
We
pit
did
road,
do
off the
boogity
pit
boogity
road
last
before
time. Let's do it. I was on the phone.
Here we go,
Got
green
it.
flag. Here we go,
Replay
green
it.
flag. Boogity, boogity,
Front row.
boogity. Let's
We have,
go racing, boys.
rankings of pit crews for the year.
Dropping
That
that
17
Minnesota
truck
flag.
ranks at the top of the board for the year on pit road.
TikTok.
Interested to see how the 45 of Caden Honeycutt, how his truck will do here
Oh,
after
Heim
those
time.
adjustments. Green flag in
Thanks
the
for
air
the subs,
once
guys.
again. Side by side, Taylor Gray trying to hang on. Does he have anything for Corey Heim? He's
Ankrum
got him by
pulling
a
out,
nose
making it
right
3
now.
wide.
They fan out 3 wide behind him. Taylor Gray, can he clear Corey
Yeah, it's
Heim?
30 laps,
Gonna
just
have
like
a
the
little
first
help
one.
from Eckes in the blue and white Napa truck.
look at that, 4 wide.
Majeski down on the bottom. Dean Thompson at 5 jumped in behind him to push him. 4 wide. There's Mozak in the 7.
Dean Thompson slides up the racetrack. Is that Honeycutt back there?
Yeah, he didn't get a very good start back in that bee's nest. Blocking for Ankrum there.
It's Okay, Nanico talked about him restarting third, back in 12th now. Battle for the lead. Corey
Eckes,
Heim dropped
the
2
leader.
spots. Christian Eckes, Taylor Gray side by side.
Remember, Christian Eckes.
Oh, they almost banged.
Race this season coming into this race here at Homestead.
His stats are unbelievable. When you have a picture of consistency, his face is on it.
Look at that. He's able to close the door, but crossover move by Eckes. He goes to the bottom.
Side draft a little bit to pull that truck back. He's going to have enough to clear him.
Christian Eckes leads now at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
Corey Heim sitting back there in third saying, you guys race hard. Race up there.
Go at it, boys.
Go at it.
Or is he thinking, I should have told him I needed a bit of an adjustment. He talked about didn't want to do anything to that truck. But, man, these trucks are so evenly matched.
Christian Eckes talked about his consistency. 18 straight top 10 finishes in a row. You talked about all the races he has led in. Here he does it again. Corey Heim gets around Taylor Gray.
Sanchez back in 24th.
19.
What about back there in fourth? Grant Enfinger said they had some liberties because of the fact that they're racing in Miami for in Phoenix for a championship, and they could throw the dice a little bit harder than the rest. He's moving up into the top 5.
Yeah, Majeski had a little bit of trouble on pit road, lost some
New
spots.
leader,
How about Corey Heim back to the front?
Oh,
Corey
speak of the devil right there, Heim.
Watch those two duke it out. Gave up that lead for a couple
What's
of
up,
laps.
Lone
Now
Wolf?
he's back to the point with Eckes all over him.
Maybe he didn't need an adjustment, Jamie.
That's what we've looked at all year long. Haven't we? 17 and 19?
You know,
Roll
these
the
two,
dice.
they've been so respectful to one another. They had a brush up once.
IRP, wasn't it IRP?
Yeah, exactly. They talked about it, put it under the rug. But when you're racing that competitively,
These two guys.
do it the way these two have done. You got to commend them.
That last lap down the front straightaway with him, with his nose up to his tailgate. That's what we've seen all year long.
Oh,
That was a
Freddie,
great
how about
picture of the
Freddie last night? I know
2024
Lone Wolf.
season.
Crazy, dude.
Or just the opposite, the other way around.
And these two are pulling away. Taylor Gray, 1.2 seconds back. Ty Majeski now in fourth. Grant Enfinger has joined the top 5 officially.
See teammates battling there for Spire Motorsports. 7 of Mozak again, a good run continuing. This is a battle for 6th. Raja said, hey, I need that 6th spot. I need a point. Looks like Raja may be able to get it here. O'Connor's going to fight back on the outside. Good battle here for the 6th position.
Phil, this is, you know how hard it is to do what these guys are doing. Raja trying to hold that low line. His truck wants to drift up. Mozak just trying to swing wide. You can see how hard Raja's in there working on that
What's up,
truck.
Jake? Good to see you, bud.
For him.
It's been an impressive year for Raja Karuth. Got the win earlier in the season at Las Vegas. Made his way into the playoffs here, battling, trying to hang on, trying to punch his ticket to Phoenix.
There's Nick Sanchez making his way back through the field. You can see quite the traffic jam he's a part of here.
Battling for the 21st spot right here, Michael.
Hasn't made up a lot of ground for Sanchez.
It's just such a deep field. You know, you talk about the competition here and how many trucks can win. This track really lends itself to 2-3 wide racing. You can make moves, but the competition is just so stiff.
16 laps into this stage of 30 for Heim and Eckes. Taylor Gray and Enfinger now moving up the 4.
Remember, a couple laps had brand new tires. Everybody else had qualifying scuffs.
Whoa.
There's been road slides up in front of, I think, Dawson Sutton. Is that who that was he slid in front of? That says, thank you, Dawson.
In the 25 truck. He was so impressive a couple of weeks ago. At another 1.5 miles, by the way, at Kansas. Finished top 5. This will be his ride full-time next year. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Great action so far today as Corey Heim continues to lead. Just saw our first restart of the day. And it was chaos. Daniel Dye, of course, as always, right in the middle of it as they go
Any Dye
wide at Homestead-Miami Speedway.
All right. So we are on a commercial break. Thanks so much. We got 87 laps to go here in stage 2. Corey Heim and Christian Eckes continue to lead the field as Heim went for the lead for just a little bit. Then Heim took it right back But Heim, Eckes, Taylor Gray, and then Infinger, who's nothing really to lose. He's going to Phoenix no matter what. So he's just kind of riding along. But could Infinger win another race here as he's making a move on Taylor Gray, trying to catch Taylor Gray here right behind him. So they're going down the front stretch here with Taylor Gray in third, Infinger in fourth, Majeski fifth. And other than Taylor Gray, these four drivers are what I say are the best four drivers in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. They've proved it time and time again. And but I mean, when you see four dominant drivers like they have been all season, now Nick Sanchez, he's done well, Carruth as well, and also Tyler Ankrum and Taylor Gray. But these top four guys, I don't see anybody beating these four. Now Taylor Gray might win here today and upset some stuff, but we'll see what happens. Forgot the yellows. Thank you. I'll do that here in a second. But Ankrum now moving there behind Tanner Gray in 16th. There's another playoff driver. Ankrum. Now, Nick Sanchez, he got caught speeding last pit at the end of the stage, and he is moving on up as he's now in 19th. He was in 24th, so he's moved up some spots. But Nick Sanchez and Tyler Ankrum there, so we'll see what happens with that. So thanks for hanging out with us today. My name is CeeLo. If you're new to us, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 27,000 subscribers this weekend. And also, hit the like button for us as well. We would love for you to hit the like button. And also, if you want to become a member, so you can have these emojis to support your team, your player, or your racing team, whatever it is. We change those emojis all the time. And if you want to send a super chat like Kyle did, thanks for that $2 super chat again, Kyle, to help the channel as well. So thank you guys so much. Let's go back to FS1 as we listen on as Time leading his race.
He's loose to start the run. The truck came to him, and he's loose again. But, guys, the question I have for you, I don't know if the truck is coming to the racetrack or the racetrack is coming to the truck. This is the most rubber that they've had on the track since they've been here. So what do you guys think on that?
You know, Todd, you mentioned that Corey said the truck was coming to him at the end of that first stage. Well, so was Caden Honeycutt, because he drove right up to his rear bumper. So it was a little surprising that they didn't make any adjustments, but they liked the way that truck was at the end of that run. Yeah, this racetrack is certainly rubbered up, but Todd, we've already lost 2 seconds since the restart, and at the end of the first stage, they were 3 seconds off their fastest lap. So this racetrack is certainly lacking grip. We all know that. And again, these trucks aren't necessarily running right up against the wall like we'll see in the Xfinity race.
Guys, don't look now, but Grant Enfinger on the move. Second fastest lap time, you see it there. He was number one fastest lap
What's up, Elmer?
last
Good
time
to see
by,
you.
but they're on the move. Made some good adjustments, Amanda.
Yeah, and Grant Enfinger was just told that by his team. You're one of the fastest trucks on this track right now. Prior to the stage starting, his team told him to pay attention to his grip levels, wanted to know how to set up this truck for stage 3, but Grant told me ahead of this race, I don't have to pay attention to these stage points. That's the best feeling coming in here as the last race winner. I can go out and race, and I will gamble if I need to. Todd?
Christian Eggleston, 19. He says the balance is better this run, just a little snug off. That's one of the only trucks and drivers that we heard say that, snug off. On throttle is better. He's actually, his times per lap is better, running Corey Heim down just a little bit.
He's doing that, Todd, faster than him by about a tenth that last lap, and you can see that deficit is shrinking. I like hearing that. I'm a little snug off. I haven't seen anyone snug yet anywhere. Maybe he's able to manage that and keep that right rear tire cooler, and that's enabling him to run lap times a little bit better or the same as our leader, Corey Heim.
Can you believe we already have just 5 laps to go in stage number 2? This race is flying by, Todd.
Yeah, Michael, I talked to Christian right there at driver intros, and that's one of the things he said to me. His goal today was to manage his right side tires. He knew if he burned that right rear off, it was going to get loose. If he went in there and turned
Edward,
down
we
the
can't
wheels
show
too much and burned the right front up, it was
or
gonna
the
push.
race
So
on
that
this
is exactly
on
what
truck
Christian is
racing.
trying to do right now, I guarantee it.
He better watch out for that 9 truck right there.
He can watch right out the front window for it. And you see, this is exactly like we talked to Grant about when the race started. He could take more chances. Todd talked about strategy he could use, but watch how close he's running to that wall in turns 3 and 4. And nobody else is really willing to do that because they can't take the chance.
And lap after lap, he's been the fastest truck. We talked about Tanner Gray and the move he made early in the race. He was running 8th in this second stage, got into that outside wall, pushed the envelope just a little bit. Now he's faded back almost outside the top
Elmer
20.
upgraded to pro. Elmer.
Grant Enfinger, 9
Thank you
trucks
so much,
starting
Elmer.
9th up to 2nd now as this battle has been heating up a little bit. Corey Day in the 91, the one of
Very
William
impressed. I thought there'd be a whole bunch.
Haven't mentioned Corey Day yet today, making his 3rd truck appearance.
Oh, he'd be out there by that wall, slipping and sliding. He's used to that, but he's doing a nice job, having a good, solid, steady day. I talked about stars of the future and stars of today. These are 2 guys that are on the list, and look at the star of the moment.
Change for the lead.
Oh, Enfinger.
See ya, Corey Heim. I'm going to take over and lead for a little bit here with 3 laps
Oh,
to
he
go
got
in
loose in the
stage number
turn.
2.
And then slides it sideways up off the corner. What a nice move by Grant Enfinger.
Enfinger, Heim's like,
Race. He thought he had the truck to win the race with. Man, it's got to feel good to be Grant right now.
What a good feeling here for these last 3 weeks, knowing that you're already locked in the finish. You can come here, you can throw caution to the wind. Again, this race doesn't
Enfinger,
limit
new
itself a
leader,
lot
the
to
9.
strategy.
Let
We
me see
saw
those
some great
9.
strategy last year by Ben Rhodes and Rich Lucius. Maybe we'll see something by some of these playoff competitors in this 3rd stage here.
It's hard to mix up the strategies.
Thank you so much, Elmer. I appreciate you.
You know you're going to run to the end of each of these stages. If the caution doesn't come out,
Thank you,
next
Edward.
stage, things get mixed
We'll show
up.
the cams during the Xfinity
Yeah,
race.
to your
though.
point, Michael. 1
4
lap to
yellows,
go here
Trent.
in stage number 2. We've had 1 caution today, and that was for our stage break.
Yeah, we don't typically get a
Trent
whole bunch
might
of
be
cautions.
onto
Ben
it. He
Rhodes
might
took
have
advantage
before.
of a caution right after the start of the 3rd stage, and that's why the strategy worked for him.
Final
See
lap
Corey
here.
Heim doing all he can do to keep that 19 of Eckes behind him. Again, these guys know every spot is a point. Grant Enfinger says, I don't need the points, but I'll take that. I'll take the stage win, though.
And he does it. Grant Enfinger picks up his 3rd
No,
stage
they're not
win
available
in
on
2024.
NASCAR.com
By the
either.
way, all 3 of those stage wins in the last 6 races, coming on strong when it matters most. So caution is out. You see Nick Sanchez, not in the top 10, didn't pick up any points there. Didn't make up a whole lot of ground as we take a look at how the pass for the lead happened. Grant Enfinger took it, and he is the leader.
All right, Grant Enfinger says, hey, I'm not done yet. Just because I'm in the round of 4 doesn't mean I can't just lay over and play dead. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Yeah, the cams are not available for the trucks. They haven't been available for the trucks all season on NASCAR.com either. So, but we would if we could. But we cannot show the broadcast. That is illegal. But thank you guys for being here. Hit that like for us. We're trying to get to 150 on the likes. Let's see if we can get some more subscribers as well. Appreciate it. As we're now in stage 3, thing has gone on pretty quick. Our 2nd caution, the 2 cautions, 4 stage cautions. And coming up later on this afternoon, we're doing the Xfinity race, and I'll put that in the thing here, and you'll also be redirected like you were just a second ago. So hopefully you'll be redirected until we hit the World Series tonight. Game 2, Dodgers, Yankees. I hope you guys tune in for that right here on our channel as well. New pick to win. That's right. Here we are. Stage 3. Here's your opportunity to change who you like to win here today. Stage 3, we give you the opportunity to change your pick from the beginning of the race or a couple days ago. I'm sticking with Corey Heim. I think Heim Time's got it. But Enfinger was looking pretty fast there. So let me see what you got. Are you changing your pick or are you staying the same? Let me know. Heim here too, Jake says. Who else? I think Heim Time is going to get it this time. We'll see. Everybody changing their picks or are you staying the same? Thanks, Cobra, for all the updates on the things as well. We appreciate you. Raj Caruth, the same. Heim here too. Trenton says a Heim. Corey Heim. Anybody else? Hope you guys like the new ticker. The new look to the ticker at the below. We got a new looking ticker. Working on a different ticker here pretty soon. Or hopefully it'll work. Mark says Caruth. He hasn't been anything all day, but he's in the top 10. Cold Trickle says Marco Andretti. Anybody else? We're on stage 2. All right, so Infinger, another Richard Carr's going Infinger as well. Corey Heim, Christian Eckes, Ty Majeski, Caden Honeycutt, Ross is going Heim as well. Taylor Gray, Daniel Dye, Connor Mozak, Raj Caruth, and Matt Crafton in your top 10. Heim time for Kyle Anderson. Ross has got Heim as well. Dean Thompson, Stuart Friesen, Lane Riggs, there's my dark horse, still alive. Swallowich in that 1. Bobby's going Majeski, and Big J's changing to the 11. Tanner Gray in 18th, Zilich in 19th, Purdy in 20th, 21st, Dawson Sutton, 22nd, Connor Jones, Ben Rhodes 23rd, 24th, Lawless Allen, 25th, Timmy Hill, and 26th, Corey Day. And there's your lap down cars. And of course, Munoz is out. All right. He must be running, though, because he's only 26 laps down, so he must be back out on the track. And pit stops, stage 2 ending.
Let's follow his pit stops here as Roger comes to pit road. You see him ducking off. That's
General Grant looking good, Robert
Roger
says.
down into his pit, middle of the screen. The team goes to work there.
We know it's going to be 4 tires. Again, 4 tires for everybody.
Interesting thing will be, can they make the adjustments with just air pressure? That makes the pit stop faster. Looks like nobody's putting a wrench inside of that truck, Todd.
Now, Corey Heim and Scott Zipardelli, they went a little too far in their last adjustment, so we had that wrong. They did adjust a little bit. Corey said the truck was a little too tight through the middle. Amanda?
Yeah, Todd Joshier Jr. is on his feet over watching this pit stop for Ty Majeski. Said he was nervous ahead of this race. Hope they can mitigate the risk that they can't control. Todd?
Yeah, down here, Scott Zipardelli.
Infinger, Taylor Gray, Heim -1.
You got passed on the racetrack, but I know you don't like that. So what's you got for Corey this time?
Yeah, we made some tire pressure adjustments, and it seemed like it fell off a little bit. More than I expected, so we went back on that. We're going to try a little wedge and see if we can tune this TRD Pro up for safe light and try to win this race. But it's going okay. Just a long way to go.
Little Scott Zipardelli magic, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. Everything you taught me.
There you go. At least somebody's listening to me.
All right, so Corey Heim sits second
Connor
right now.
Zilich
Got some adjustments, went back
up
on the first
15
one. We'll see who
spots.
got it right. Coming up.
So Grant Infinger, Corey Heim, and then Connor, they're going to update here in a second, but Connor Zilich and that 75 car was in 16th coming into the pits. He is now in 3rd place, or 2nd place, I think, coming out. So thanks for craziness here. See Connor Zilich rolling the dice here. I think he only took 2 tires. Can this young kid steal a win away from these top guys? We will see, but appreciate you hanging. We're going to put in the pin message, the Xfinity race. So we have that as we have 71 laps to go. And we'll be doing the Xfinity race at 2:30 Central for pre-race show, pre-race ceremonies at 2:45 Central, and then green flag somewhere around 3 o'clock Central. We hope for you to stick with us. And I'll put the pin message for the link for the Xfinity race after in just a second. And also you will be redirected over to the stream when this one's over. So appreciate y'all. I just realized Vanderbilt's ranked in the top 25. Yes, they are. Isn't that crazy? They deserve it, though. They beat Bama. They beat Virginia Tech. So lots of big wins for Vanderbilt. I'm sticking with Eckes, Davey says. Okay. Sticking with Eckes. Bronny, I love Finger's voice, too, as well. It's got a different type of voice. Vandy's 25. I know. In an Xfinity race, we'll be able to show the cams today. We'll see how long that lasts playing Texas today. Yeah, it should be interesting. Jake, if they upset Texas, then what? Then what happens? They're David and Texas is Goliath. No speeding, Cole. New Eagles, please. Around a wedge and a Big Mac to go, please. 14 seconds. Let's go. Yeah, I like hearing Infingers. His southern accent is so nice to hear. I mean, you heard it when Phil Parsons radioed him at this. Yeah, we did. He's got I like his way he talks. I like the way we talk. A little Morgan Wallen action. All right, here we go.
We welcome you back to NASCAR
What happened
Craftsman
to
Truck
Zillage?
Series Racing
He was
from
up there.
Homestead-Miami. Jamie Little, Phil Parsons,
Did he have to
Michael
pit again?
Waltrip, Amanda Busick, and Todd Bodine with you on this beautiful,
Oh, well.
sunny,
He came out third.
cloudy afternoon. A lot of playoff talk, a lot of action so far.
He
as
came out
Ben
third.
Enfinger picks up stage win number 2. Taylor Gray behind him. Corey Hyman, the 11, behind him as we get ready for the third and final stage of today's race.
Yeah, more great pit work by Jeff Hensley's bunch for Taylor Gray.
Picked up
Some
4 spots
again. Yes, sir.
You nailed it, Phil. That team's been on it.
Well, he went into the pits and he only took 2 tires and he went up 15 spots.
Talk about Grant decides here on the choose.
Top.
I'm going to take. I think he's going to take the top 2 because he's jumped to the top on both the initial start and the start after the end of the first stage.
Caden Honeycutt, you see there on row 3, he went to the top, and that truck was really fast in that stage. He just got a terrible restart and dropped back almost outside the top 10, but was able to rebound and rally, and now he's up on row 3.
Oh, he missed
So
his pit
66
box.
laps
Okay, gotcha.
completed, 68 laps to go. And that is Corey Day. We talked about him, and he had come in and pitted before that round of pit stops because of this.
Yeah, we showed him racing with that orange and black truck of Sawalich and Matt Mills.
Hit the wall.
Just before this happened, then he got into the wall, and he came to pit road a little bit before pit road opened. That's why he will have to restart from the back of the pack, but better to be safe than sorry. Make sure he doesn't cut a tire down but while riding around for 2 laps under caution, waiting for pit road to open.
Yeah, they knew it was going to be a lengthy pit stop anyway, getting those fenders pulled away, so just good call there, getting him to pit road early.
So Corey Day will restart 26th. He's with McAnally Hilgeman Racing, also Hendrick Motorsports, as you see the HendrickCars.com logos on there. And, you know, there's a lot of speculation where we're going to see him next year, so we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, let's listen in on Ty Majeski's radio.
This is when the strategy is going to get involved. We're looking somewhere between lap 95 and 99 to pit here. And then you got to keep me aware of leaders if they look like they're going to pit.
There we go. Goody, goody, goody. Let's go. Buggity, buggity,
We
buggity.
go green flag racing. The reason why he wants to know when the leaders come, he wants to come right then. He doesn't want to leave anything on the table. If he
Oh, Eckes and Enfinger.
Enfinger, Christian Eckes. Taylor Gray to the lead.
Look at the
Oh, that's going to mess up. I think Enfinger's got a rub.
right side of X's truck is bashed in bad.
That's not getting any better. Grant Enfinger back in third. A lot of smoke there. Corey
He's gonna have to
Hyman
come
just
in.
behind him.
See that smoke continuing from Grant's truck.
Yep.
Again, remember, these are metal bodies. That sometimes that tire will clearance itself. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't.
I think you see Eckes moving away from the wall there so the spotter can get a look at that right side of the 19 Napa truck. See if there's enough damage where they need to think about pit road. Grant's slowing down.
Fortunate turn of events for Grant Enfinger. We know he's locked into the championship 4. He was on a roll, won that last stage, and now he's got significant damage on the left side.
It's so hard as a driver for Grant Enfinger. While he's smelling that smoke, his spotter can see the smoke. Man, you don't want to cut a tire down here at 180 miles an hour.
Meanwhile, Taylor Gray getting a big push by the 19. Christian Eckes gets around him. Eckes got into the 9. Looks like he's fine. No smoke on that race truck right now. Taylor Gray thinks more of it side by side. Can't shake him.
Corey Hine right behind them saying, you guys, again, battle it out here.
Eckes chased Gray down to the bottom of the track to try to side draft, keep him from having momentum.
Majeski's moving up as well.
Look who decided to sneak her way in the top 10.
Majeski, we saw the wrench in the rear of that
Connor
truck. They
Mozak.
made some big adjustments for him, and he's up in the mix.
Do you see Majeski get loose, getting down to the
Here
corners?
comes
We see Grant
Enfinger down to the pit.
Probably felt the tire going down. Tough break for Grant Enfinger. Arguably maybe the best truck here today, Amanda.
Yeah, keep an eye on this watch. It was really disappointing for Grant to come in, and they stayed out a couple laps just to see what was going on. You can see some fuel going into that truck as well, but they said work on those front fenders, guys, as you can see there. They may not take...
Thank you, Lillard Pistons. Thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate
they
it.
want to get back out as quick as possible.
I think that was,
At least Grant is safe. Better not happen in Phoenix like last year, James
says.
says.
It's also a good gamble. You get that tire
230
put the
CK.
fuel in there. That gives him a long way to go before he'll have to pit again.
Yeah, I'm not sure why this contact. We're going to see it. You see Eckes pulled out to try to get to the outside of Taylor Gray. And Grant maybe was coming down a little bit towards the bottom of the racetrack.
It looked like to me Grant didn't know Eckes was going to make that move. Goes to enter the corner low.
Yeah, no intent on either driver's part right there.
Meanwhile, Corey Heim to the point once again. He's led the most laps today, 55 and counting. But Christian Eckes all over his rear bumper, something, Michael, we say every time. We've watched this in and out every race this year.
And the other guy that we put in their class, he's racing side by side with Taylor Gray to get up to third position. That's Tom Majeski in the number 98.
And meanwhile, for Grant Enfinger, certainly may be catastrophic for this race, but not for the championship battle.
It's all about winning in this playoff format.
How good does Talladega feel to Grant Enfinger right now?
Time.
Really good. Maybe even better than it did 3 weeks ago.
About Taylor Gray right there in that turquoise number 17. Started on the front row for the first time. The 19-year-old trying to punch his ticket. Meanwhile, he announced he's going Xfinity racing for Taylor Gray. He'll be in the 54 car that's owned now by Ty Gibbs, by the way. They're good buddies, so that ought to be a fun.
How much do you think Coach Gibbs charged Ty Gibbs to be the owner of that Xfinity car?
I wonder what that conversation was like.
How about our points as they run in the pylon? Those make sense now. Before the stages end, it's hard to add. It's not hard. It's impossible to put an accurate number together. But now that's where we're at as we race to see how these guys will shake out against one another here in Miami.
Yeah, nice move by Majeski. Remember, he came in only 5
right now,
points
Taylor
above the
Gray,
cut line.
Raj
All the
Karut,
stage
Nick
points.
Sanchez,
Now he
and
finds himself
Ankrum are out of the
17 points
playoffs.
above the cut line.
And Taylor Gray's the one just on the outside, 17 points back. At this point, he's running fourth. There's not enough points there. 42 hard into the outside.
42.
That's Matt Mills.
Matt Mills.
Fire.
Looked like a right front tire, didn't it, Michael?
I don't know. Was there contact before that? I think the 60.
Got fire in the cockpit here. Get out, Matt Mills.
Where my eye contact.
I saw the 66 was in close proximity to Matt Mills, but hard contact for Matt.
Caution on the track.
Yeah, you're right.
Big contact.
There he is, getting out good.
Good to see him.
Hold my breath until that happens.
He was 19th at the time of that impact. And they had issues yesterday, transmission issues, had to start in the back, working his way through the field. And he has have some help taking that helmet off.
Yeah, certainly a lot of smoke in that truck from that tire going down and all the contact. See if we can take a look and see if there was some contact here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. The 66 gets into the backbone, turns him sideways. And again, on these older tires, even though we don't have that many laps since we restarted, it's hard to just change directions on these trucks.
Another look at it there. This is the first caution for contact today.
With all those guys scrambling behind them.
It's been all f***ing year. All f***ing year. He's to me. I've not done to him. I'm tired of it. I'm f***ing tired of it.
He's mad.
A lot of frustration there, but what
Ernest
is
Jones
he yelling about?
Maybe he's complaining about getting blocked or whatever, but that's not the way. Maybe a conversation might be better than something like that. It almost makes it sound like that he was getting blocked and he was not going to take it anymore and took matters into his own hands.
Other guy's peanut butter.
Connor Jones in the 66, 18-year-old part-time driver right there.
The 66.
A lot of frustration, a lot of emotion in today's race. Stay with us. Plenty more racing action coming your way.
All right, so we're under caution for the third time today. So, hey, you guys are picking your cautions right. If you had probably 4 or 5, you're probably going to do well. I said 6, but you never know. We could get down to the nitty-gritty here. But thanks so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate all the love. And we're looking forward to a great race coming up here in just a little while ago. I'm going to put the pin message in here in just a second, as we're going to be with 58 laps to go here at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race, the Breast Baptist Health 200. We hope you're enjoying the race today. And the Xfinity race will even be more fun. We'll be bringing the live CW audio for you, MRN radio, and also the NASCAR.com cams, the aerial cam, battle cam, and one or two of the in-car cameras as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. And Ingram, I think he is back on the lead lap. He should be. Grant Enfinger should be back on the lead lap here, as he was in 26 before the caution came out, 1 lap down. So there it is. You got Tyler Ankrum there at 19th. He's pretty much going to have to win till next week to get in. His points are way going to be out. Taylor Gray is 17 below the cut line right now. And we'll see what happens. He is the 71 in the championship. No, he is not in the championship yet. He is in the below the cut line, though. He is below the cut line right now. David says the Brits love NASCAR. Yep. The Aussies do too. They've been watching along with us this year as well. So we've had a good time with NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Next race is next Friday night. We might have a scheduling issue with the World Series, but we'll figure it out. And then I won't be able to do the last race of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in Phoenix. I will be in Texas, so I won't be able to do that. So we'll see how that goes from here. But because I'm going on another cruise, so that means cruise vlogs coming to you. Our last cruise of the year, and we're going to Mexico, so that should be fun. David says, yes, I'm a red coat. I'm honestly curious of which drivers will run in the 7 next year. And here we go, back to it.
And Connor Jones, NASCAR just announcing Connor Jones in the 66, a 2-lap penalty. You see it there for reckless driving and for intentionally wrecking Matt Mills.
Yeah, not only, as we're going to take another look at, you see the 66 running in the back.
Oh, he bumped him.
Not only can NASCAR see this video, they also heard his radio communication that we listened to as well. So
I believe I'd park him.
I believe I'd just tell him to take it on to the garage. There's no call. There's no reason for that in this sport. People spend too much money, spend too much time, too much effort.
Wow.
To just take somebody
out. And there's no
out
scanners for the trucks, so we can't listen.
Plus it's dangerous.
And then justify it. Try to justify it.
Just a hard hit too.
Yeah.
So
well,
Matt Mills' day is done.
There is. Let's see if we can listen to him.
All right, this will be
I'm
interesting.
sure he's not
so
happy.
Leave our pit window now, Michael. Phil, you think
it's open?
It's open.
Remember, we saw what Ben Rhodes did last year. I mean, it was a Hail Mary. He came in right about this almost exact lap within a couple laps of right now, and he was able to make it work and finish second and made it to the next round of the playoffs to Championship 4. But he also got beat
not saying
by trucks
anything.
that stayed on the racetrack and pitted under green if this race goes green from here on out. You see, somebody's going to do a Hail Mary.
All right,
Certainly.
Lane Riggs.
More than somebody.
Yeah,
Nick Sanchez, playoff driver there.
Yeah. I like it. And they're gambling on the caution flag not coming out again. Because if it does and everyone else comes in and puts 10, 20 lap fresher tires, then they're going to be in serious trouble.
Big adjustments for Nick Sanchez right there. Todd.
18 of Tyler Ankrum comes in. He started this race off loose, was loose in the second stage. Mark Hillman, crew chief, is over-adjusted. Now they're a little too tight, so they decided to go with the bend road theory and come in now, try to make it to the end with the best truck they can.
It's funny because Ben Rhodes literally last year was the only truck that did that, but these people watched what we did too, and they learned from that. And you see several, and Ben Rhodes as well. We'll try to do it again. But several trucks came down pit road, and I think Nick Sanchez and Tyler Ankrum, I think it was a great opportunity for those guys to try to switch it up a little bit.
Connor Jones still being held. It was interesting, the two and Nick Sanchez, we talked about, he had that pit road speeding penalty, went to the tail end of the lead lap trucks.
Never try to make a Reese's with your
ground, so they needed to do something to adjust on that truck and mix it up.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, same thing for Tyler Ankrum. Todd talked about Mark Hillman said they went the wrong direction, got a little bit too tight, and so undo that a little bit. But again, they will be in great shape if we don't get another caution flag from 10 to 20 laps from now, or even, I mean, these guys would pit with up for a green-white checker,
right?
If they have a set of tires on pit road.
So 55 laps remaining here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Corey Heim, Christian Eckes, your leaders.
All right, so the 66 deliberately hit the 42 Matt Mills and sent him into the wall. NASCAR saw what he did, and then what he said on the scanner doesn't help his case. So he is being sat on pit road for 2 laps. Of course, Michael Waltrip was like, just tell him to get out of the car and go sit in the hauler. But they're not going to do that. So Davey says, CeeLo, when Hamlin retires and takes the 11 with him to 23-11 right there, will be the new driver of the 11, Corey Heim? Maybe. Good possibility. Good possibility. And I've always wondered, like, what am I going to do? I guess I'll follow Ryan Blaney, I guess, if Denny retires. I don't know. That's a tough question. Because pretty much here's how my favorite drivers went. I started as a Darrell Waltrip fan. I moved to Sterling Marlin when Darrell Waltrip retired. And then when Sterling retired, I moved to Denny Hamlin. So I've had 3 favorite drivers my whole entire life. But that's how it's been. So I've been with Denny for a long time, from day one, pretty much. But I know a lot of Denny Hamlin haters out there that live in the Denny, that y'all let Denny live in your heads. But doesn't JGR own the 11? I believe he does, but maybe they would let him take it. I don't know. 11's been with other people, you know. Junior Johnson. Thanks, CeeLo, for your cup faves. You're welcome, Mark. All right, hit that like. Y'all are trying to get to 200 likes or 150 or something. Hit that subscribe if you haven't hit that yet. We'd love to have some more subscribers. We're trying to get to 27,000 this weekend. 2 pies in the face. You get it. 2 pies in the face at 27,000. Watch Infinger come through the field. I'm betting that. We'll see. T-Van says, all my favorite drivers are gone, so now I just hate on Denny for the fun. That's right, T-Van. I'm here at the track. Awesome, Xavier. Where are you sitting at? Are you sitting in the stands? Are you in the infield? Where are you at? If Hendrick Motorsports will let Jimmy have the 48, I doubt Gibbs will let them take the 11. That's probably pretty true, Mike.
For racing here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. 3 races to go in the 2024 playoff, and on that pit stop,
giving out free bottles of water. Nice.
Take it, Joe Shear. What was the reason behind
giving out free bottles if anyone else is here?
Well, we got a pretty good truck that's capable of winning a race, and fall off on tires is too much here, so I don't think that's the play. That's just a gamble. They're going to gamble. So we're going to do the safe deal and go for the win here.
Thank you, Joe. Todd?
Dylan Capello, crew chief Lane Riggs. You got those 2 wins in the bank.
That's right,
you
3
took
pies.
a little gamble here. What's you doing?
Yeah, I felt like we just need to get a little bit off strategy from those guys. I feel like we got a good truck, got a good read how it is in dirty air coming from the back all day.
I think so too, William.
Just made a little adjustment right there, and just try and drive by them, and then play it out from there for the rest of the race. So just got to do something different sometimes. So we're having fun. Lane's having fun. First time here, he's doing a badass job. So it's gonna be a fun day.
He's a good wheel man. Booth?
Dylan Capello has done a great job. I guess that's us. Thanks, Todd.
Yeah.
Done a great job with his driver,
Only
Lane
sitting in
Riggs.
turn
Found
1,
victory lane twice already
10
this
rows,
season.
see the track, nice
It's been so
Pac-Man.
fun to watch, and they do. They have so much fun together.
And Joe Shear said it perfectly. Those guys took chances.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it's all about. What did Rich Lucius do a year ago? Made the call of his career, I think, and it won him a championship. So there's so much on the line, you've got to mix it up sometimes. We know that it's a gamble, and the fastest trucks are those first 4 you see right there, been that way all day long.
Free to go.
But you never know what might happen.
Well, Grant Enfinger, we showed that he had the contact with Christian Eckes, had to come in and pit, went a lap down. Well, he got the free pass there, so he's back on the lead lap. He'll restart 23rd.
He is, but he's in last
and I'm
place.
looking at the drivers who just came in and took that gamble.
Here we go, boogity,
Chase
boogity,
Purdy back in
boogity.
17th.
Here we go,
First
green
one
flag,
on
boogity,
pressure
boogity, boogity.
tires.
Let's go
As
racing,
Christian
boys.
Eckes lead him. Green flag is in the air once again.
Ooh.
Man, they
What was
blocked,
that?
don't they?
Danny
Taylor
Dye
Gray,
made
that
a
was him in
move.
the black and white truck number 15 up in the mix. Started in the back of the field today.
Danny Dye from 9th to 4th.
Through the second stage. Corey Heim showing that he is number one when it comes to restarts. Great job there. As Ty Majeski, they made those adjustments in the 98. Can he take the lead from Corey Heim?
Remember, we only had 9 green flag laps on these tires. When we restarted here, Tom Majeski's trying to take advantage of those cold tires without a lot of laps on him to try to get that lead, but I don't think Corey Heim is playing with him.
Nice corner exit for Corey Heim. You see him pull ahead of Ty Majeski. Christian Eckes back in third, and Raja Karuth right there.
Raj Karuth making a move on Eckes.
Raja gets into the 19.
Karuth in third.
You see in our pylon, you see that green, that truck in green, Grant Enfinger in the 11th spot. He got the free pass. Remember, after that green flag pit stop, he got the free pass, and he's battling his way back towards the front.
But you got to keep your eye on Lane Riggs. You talked about, Phil, at the start of this race, Tanner Gray with 1 lap fresher tires. Well, this is what 9 laps looks like. Holy cow, what moves he's making. This truck will grab the lead here. Easily within a lap or 2.
It's like a video game watching him on board.
Remember earlier what his throttle sounded like? Oh, he's got her all the way down now, and he is hauling.
Yeah, but he'll be in the lead by the
Lane
time we
Riggs
get back to the start-finish line on this next lap. Same situation.
My boy,
for
Dark
everybody
Horse,
else. Nick
4th
Sanchez,
place.
Everyone else has stopped and got fresh tires. They will be moving towards the front as well.
Second place.
You know what? I love that we're able to show the viewers at home what new tires look like.
Yes.
This is it right here. Woo.
New leader, Lane Riggs.
I'm too slow to block that truck on new tires.
New leader, Lane Riggs in the 38. Just heard from his crew chief, Dylan
Dark
Capello.
Horse.
Said his driver's doing a great job, and yes, he is. To the lead for him for the first time today over Corey Heim.
Lane Riggs does, he wins playoff races.
Riggs are saying, please, no more cautions. Please, no more cautions. Because he knows that those drivers that did not pit on that caution flag will come to pit road under green, and they will get fresh tires, and they will be coming.
And I think it's also a little bit reasonable to think, as you see other guys marching through the field, Grant Enfinger there with Connor Mosack, I think it might be interesting to see if Riggs lays off the pace a little bit, or, you know, it saves a little bit of fuel, saves a little bit of tires, so he's good all the way to the end of the race.
How many laps do we need?
3. We're still trying to work on some different numbers here, so you just save everything you can.
Copy.
And that's what I was just talking about. He needs to save 3 laps of fuel, does Grant Enfinger. I'm sure Lane Riggs
It's going to
in the
become a
same
fuel race
situation.
now.
These guys pitted a couple 3 laps before. We talked about the call of his career, Rich Lucius. He pitted on lap 81. These guys pitted a couple laps before that, so they have to worry about fuel.
And you see Grant Enfinger just making the pass on Christian Eckes. You might want to say, how is he going to save 3 laps of fuel? That's almost 5 miles. That's by not using any brake, backing off the throttle a little bit earlier, just throttle time. It's throttle time is what it is. They have to minimize the throttle time, and it's going to be hard to do to gain 3 laps because we're talking about gaining 3 laps over the course of about 53 or 4 laps.
And Nick Sanchez, another one of those that took that gamble, came down pit road, got fixed up, fresh tires, and some adjustments.
No more
they
cautions.
had to do something
No more
different because
cautions.
what they were doing was not working. He was outside the top 10 at the end of stage 2. Now he picks up the 2nd spot and goes around the 11.
And I love this strategy. We talk about Ben Rhodes. We've talked about Ben Rhodes in last year a lot. Ben Rhodes finished 24th in the first stage last year. That's what kind of truck he had, and he ended up finishing 2nd, almost winning that race. Again, they made that truck better as the race wore on, but the strategy is what got him to that championship 4 and winning his 2nd championship.
See Ben Rhodes there. I know, so disappointed when he was eliminated from the championship. But he was a happy guy today on pit road. Both of his little babies here, his wife, all supporting him on pit road. As Rhodes goes around Taylor Gray.
Remember, Ben, same situation. He came to pit road back on that most recent caution on lap 81.
Grant Enfinger in 6th right now. Ty Majeski fell
Riggs,
off just a bit.
Sanchez, and Heim.
For the lead, but now he has fallen back to 5th.
Yeah, Ty Majeski is going to be no match for these trucks that have fresher tires. Grant Enfinger will make quick work of this, I would assume.
Yeah, he's running 2nd, if you will, to Corey Heim, who's on the same strategy. So we're going to see a lot of comers and goers here over the next 40 laps or so.
152 likes. Let's go to 200.
91, 43 laps to go. Our leader, Lane Riggs.
Lane Riggs, my dark horse, doing his thing. He just wins. He wins races and playoff races. So we'll see what happens. This is the best thing to happen for the guys below the cut is Lane Riggs win this thing. Nick Sanchez wins this thing. That's bad for the top 3 guys. So it should be interesting here. Denny won't win the championship because he got 4 other guys that can outdrive him, Robbie says. I mean, Denny even said on his podcast that he had to win every stage. He had to run in the top 3 all race. And if he didn't, he had to run in the top, win the stage. And then if he can't win the race, he's going to have to lead a lot of laps and win every stage. So, Lane Riggs, P1, Nick Sanchez, P2, Corey Heim, P3, Connor Mozak in that 7 Spire truck, making a run now on Corey Heim, as Heim is going backwards here, Heim time. And then Grant Enfinger 5th, right behind Heim. Track loud, you can really hear the engines. Nice. Wish we could do crank it up. We'll do crank it up here in the Xfinity race. Matter of fact, I got to get that going. The pin message here. Hold on. Let's see. Credit 1, NASCAR, Amex. That. Martinsville is Friday, yeah. So we're going to have to figure that out. I think it starts at 5 Central. And the World Series starts at 7 Central. And we're at almost 2 hours here. Possibility we might be able to get both of them in. So, or we just join the World Series in progress. One or the other. We'll figure it out, though. If it goes game 6. That's if it goes to game 6. But if not, we'll have the full coverage of the truck race on Friday night. Saturday will be Xfinity. And then Sunday, the last race before the round of 4. How about Freddie Freeman? I know, Mike. That's crazy. But Lane Riggs extending his lead now to a 2nd over Nick Sanchez. And here we go.
Here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, putting those fresher tires to good use. Last pitted lap 79. These things, he's gonna look like a genius if we go green to the end.
Well, that's what Rich Lucius looked like a year ago at Genius, and we're already getting our arms around some math if this caution flag doesn't fly. Because Ben Rhodes pitted on lap 81
What's up, JT,
year,
buddy?
And Carson Hocevar pitted on 102. So that might be when you look for these leaders to start making their break for pit road. And he got there with 10 to go and made the pass. So there's plenty of time for the guys like Corey Heim and Ty Majeski that stayed out. There's plenty of time for them to pit and still win this race. Yeah. So just beware. We're going to have to do a lot of math over here, figuring out who's where when the pit stops do go down.
Meanwhile, Corey Heim, the highest running driver with the oldest tires, he's back in 5th. He last pitted on lap 63.
Grant Enfinger continued to march through the field as you see Mozak slipping and sliding up top. Grant's overcome that run-in he had with Christian
What's up, Chris? Good to see you.
Rebounded to top 3 right now.
Remember, he's in the saving mode, too. Needs to save 3 laps, according to his crew chief. How about, here's the first truck.
Here's Caruth, first on the road.
71.
I like this.
Lap 98 up to come in, get fresh tires and fuel. Last stop of the day.
It brings back the 18, bring back Busch, like says.
But remember, that was before the caution. I think those caution laps moved that window a little bit. Because we know Raja's going to have about 35 laps on these tires when he gets to the end of the race. And that is his last good new set of tires that he's put on just now.
I like hopping in there first. You're going to drag the others in with you, but we talk about 3 seconds of fall off. I mean, you gain those 3 seconds. That could be the difference in the race for him, Todd.
Christian Eckes, 19 in. He's still a little too tight. He's been too tight this whole race. Going to put a little air pressure in the right rear, out of the left rear. I think they can get it to the end and have some laps on those tires.
Nice adjustment for Christian Eckes.
Yeah, Michael, as you mentioned, Rajah Caruth was going to bring them all to pit road Here comes Majeski. I think we're going to see a steady line of trucks.
Majeski now.
Phil, I think that's exactly what we're going to start seeing down here. You were talking about if that caution pushed the pit stops a little bit for the 98. It was either pit on this lap or to see what Corey Heim was going to do. Ty Majeski was told to push as hard as he could prior to this stop. Should be good to go to the end of the race on this. As you can see, the tires coming on for the 98.
Little trouble there on the right rear of Kate
non-caution type of race.
Really slow.
See left side going on from Majeski.
Honeycutt is in as well.
Remember, those guys now, they don't have to worry about fuel. All those guys that pitted early, like Grant Enfinger, now also has to think about fuel in addition to maximizing those older tires.
Todd.
11 of Corey Heim. He's got a little tight that last run, still a little too tight in the center. Again, another air pressure adjustment in the back from Scott Zipadelli. But overall, Corey likes the balance of his truck.
I like it too, Todd.
Corey Heim, Taylor Gray in.
These tires at this point, comparing to last year, he's got enough time to run down Lane Riggs. We'll see how it plays out.
Taylor Gray, one of the fastest pit crews on pit road. Getting service done on that 17 truck as they work the left side. Been a solid day for Taylor Gray, but will it be good enough? Win and you're in. That's all you got to do, right?
Now there's an opportunity for another gamble. Those drivers that have not been to pit road, do they wait a little longer? If they could catch a caution with 15, 20 laps to go, then they will have such an advantage over these drivers pitting now and their tires.
157 likes, trying to get to 200 likes, y'all. Help us get to 200
like
likes.
Purdy right now. William Sawalich running back around the 9th and 10th positions.
I just think these races are so interesting. In my brain, I'm thinking there's no way they're going to run all the way to the end without a caution. And it's starting to shape up like that's exactly what's going to happen.
32 laps to go.
But they didn't last year. They didn't have a caution. I know, they're due. They're due a caution.
Time.
See Lane Riggs coming up on Marco Andretti, getting into some lap traffic.
Man, he likes to work
your
that
dark
wheel,
horse.
doesn't he? Look at that.
Intense.
Turn it to the right.
Look how light his grip is. You watch his fingers.
It's his left hand doing all the work.
On the left side of our on the right side of our pylon, these are the laps since
Keep hitting that subscribe as well, y'all.
Lane Riggs and Sanchez, 24 laps. Enfinger pitted a lap later than them, so they have to manage fuel. But I think with a fall-off, Michael, of 3 seconds, wouldn't you think that's certainly going to improve the fuel mileage just in itself?
Yes, exactly right. The only thing that's a little bit confusing is Lane is still just really working the wheel and really slipping and sliding.
Which I desire.
It doesn't look like he's backed his pace off any at all.
The Garcia pit,
Lane
not
Riggs
yet.
with a 1 second lead over Nick Sanchez.
Oh yeah, he must just have.
Grant Enfinger back there, stage 2 winner.
Oh,
had
Garcia,
that
I'm thinking Nick
damage.
Sanchez.
Based on strategy, they fixed up that race truck too. It was a hard hit he had with Christian Eckes, but he's up to 3rd. And Connor Mozak, really impressive today in the 7 truck, and 4th. Tyler Ankrum round out the top 5.
Yeah, he pit. He's 25th spot, 1 lap down.
I mean, I'm trying to catch the 38. I'm not abusing my tires, but I'm not laying over. Okay.
Rolling the dice, huh?
Yeah, he would like to save a little bit of fuel. He would like to know that Nick's trying to save a little fuel. Nick said, no, I'm going after the 38. I'm not laying over.
Said it before, Sanchez, one of those drivers. He needs to win to guarantee a spot. In Phoenix, he's on the outside looking in, and right now, less than a second behind our leader, Lane Riggs.
Watch this. Corey Heim with his tires and enough fuel to go the distance. He's a lap
Here comes
down right
Heim.
now. Goes around Enfinger, set his sights.
Heim passing people like he's sitting still.
We'll be there before you know it.
Yeah, I'll be there in just a couple laps.
A couple corners.
A couple corners, exactly. There he goes by Sanchez. Sanchez, the black and yellow truck on the outside. Now he's within a second of Riggs.
Get his lap back here in a second. Number 9 going to win the
him
race, Tom
before
says.
we get back to the start-finish line.
The speed differential, old tires versus new, it's just incredible to watch.
And fun
yes.
to watch as well.
It's like they put their Superman cape on and watch
Himes
me
at
go. That's what the
161
11 is
mile an
doing right
hour.
now, and
Lane Riggs is at 159.
That's what people would always
2
ask,
miles an
what's
hour
the most
faster.
fun you can have driving a race car, and this is it. When you have better tires than anybody else, it doesn't get any more fun than that, does it, Michael?
All right, now let's see how he can catch him.
Corey Heim around the 38.
26.
Only 7 miles an hour faster than our leader.
26 to go in the race, and he's beating him a second and a half. If I do the math correctly, he can get there.
Well, that'll go down a little bit.
All right, Himes at 35 seconds. Let's see how long it takes to catch him.
Second, and then maybe 3/4 of a second.
You're exactly right, Michael. I spoke with Dylan Capello, Lane's crew chief, and he's actually back-figured the lap times, trying to figure out what speed they have to run to not let Corey Heim catch them by the end of this race. Dylan said it's around 36 flat, 36 teens. He knows
He missed it by 2 laps, George. He caught him. He just missed it by 2 laps.
He said, we can't do it. We got to save it for the end. And the opposite of that, Scott Zipadelli.
A dark horse is being chased down by my pick.
Go to the whip. Let's do this.
How nice is that to hear as a driver?
Oh, it's the best. Another second and a half that lap. I'll keep you abreast of it, and that will get
What's
him
up,
there
AJ?
if the caution doesn't fall.
Battle for second right here. Grant Enfinger just no give up in that team, even though they know they're good. They're moving on.
See
But
you,
Nick
buddy.
Sanchez, it's all or nothing.
Remember, that's the same strategy that they're on. Same
Nick
tire
Sanchez
strategy
trying
for
to
the 9
pass
and the 2.
Enfinger here.
And I'm
Oh,
looking at our scoring
Enfinger.
monitor right there. There are only 2 trucks that I've talked
Yeah,
about.
Sanchez
maybe
making the run on
again,
Enfinger.
And that's the 25 of Dawson Sutton running 10th and the 15 of Tanner Gray running 8th. They have not put their last set of tires on yet. If we would get a caution flag now, anytime now before the end of the race, they will be
up, AJ?
in a great position.
Working on the math with stat guy Joe, and he says that he thinks that 11 will get there with 5 to go. Just doing the math, like the crew chiefs do down on pit road.
Yeah.
Talking about Corey Heim, you see him in 11th there,
Lane
31,
Riggs.
now 30 seconds
Heim at
back,
30
unlocked
seconds. He's gained
himself.
5 seconds.
So now his eyes are forward. Wouldn't that be something if he's able to do it? Our stat boys, they don't mess up. We'll see if it's true.
Well, I've got my shoes off, and when I can do the math, I
think
see
it's
it.
a 200
I
likes.
think it's going to work. Todd, what's happening?
Me too,
Yeah,
Mark.
Yeah, Michael. You think our stats guys they're optimistic. Well, or pessimistic. The crew chiefs are a little optimistic.
I know,
so
you'll
Dylan
get it
thinks
back.
They can slow down that little
After
bit
3
and be only
strikes,
6
you
seconds.
won't have a channel anymore.
Look at this battle right now for the lead. Grant had it for a few
Oh,
seconds.
Enfinger
Lane
trying to
Riggs
make a
said,
move
"No,
on Lane
I'm gonna hang
Riggs."
on to it. I like where we're running right now. 22 laps to go from Miami Homestead.
For that last lap, Grant Enfinger ran below 36 flat, chasing down the 38 of Riggs.
That's a fast, long-run truck. We've seen it all day, and that's what you need right now is that 9 of Enfinger.
See, Eckes, he's one of those trucks that's already pitted. He wants to try to unlap himself, so if the caution flag were to come out, he would not have to take the wave around. He would be able to come down pit road, maybe have some colder tires, because, again, he doesn't have any new tires left.
Enfinger to the lead, and here comes Heim. 27 seconds.
Equation, because
you were talking about the 38.
I said he would get to the 38. I didn't say 9, so don't be yelling at me, Phil.
And there goes Christian Eckes.
21 laps to
officially
go.
Unlapping himself as we cross the finish line there. We've reached our Craftsman, 20 to go.
It was a great game.
Grant Enfinger, the leader. Lane Riggs, Nick Sanchez, Connor Mozak, and Tyler Ankrum hanging in the top 5.
That last lap, Corey Heim was only 1 second faster than Grant Enfinger, and he's 26 seconds behind.
I can do that math real quick. That don't equal up.
That doesn't add up, does it?
Corey Heim picks up one more spot. He's now inside the top 10.
Another guy with a good run, Stuart Friesen.
We'll see what happens.
Up in the 5th
I think it's gonna be a
position,
good
moving
series.
forward. Same strategy as the leaders.
Remember, on the left side in the pylon, Grant Enfinger is highlighted in green because he has punched his ticket to the championship round in 2 weeks. The others in yellow, those are the playoff contenders.
But Infinger's still saving fuel. They told him to save fuel, so he might not have enough.
To lock themselves in. 19 laps to go. Can Grant Enfinger hang on, or will it be one of those guys like Corey Heim? Stay with us.
All right, let me look at the fuel here on NASCAR.com, and let's see who's got what here. 5. All right. Enfinger, Riggs, Sanchez. Yeah, pretty much everybody is about over a half a tank left. Corey Heim's got more fuel than they do. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But the top 7 all have the same amount of fuel on here. So we'll see what happens. Like Bronny says, he doesn't think Heim will have enough time to catch him, but we'll see. Heim now 25 seconds. It was 25. It might be 24 now when it updates. Oh, it's 25 seconds to get to that first place spot. The question is, when will those tires wear out? Because he's losing tire tread as well as he's trying to catch Enfinger, who is in first. Lane Riggs now kind of falling back a little bit. Well, there will be a caution, Tyler says. There will be a caution. Cole says, well, I still have the hammer. I can tell Harry I'm going to drop it. That's right. I'm going to drop it, Harry. No, you're not. Let's go. 16 laps to go here for Enfinger. Can he win another race here in these playoffs? But thanks for the subscribes. And we're almost to 200 likes. If you can get us to 200 likes, that would be awesome. We're at 165. 165 laps, or 165 likes. Trying to get to 200. Coming up right after this is the Xfinity race. The pin message has the link in your chat there. So make sure you check that out. And you'll also be redirected as well. You'll be redirected if you don't want to go anywhere or click any links. Racing all day from 8 a.m. till at least 5. See what happens. We updated Heim yet. 24 seconds. 24 seconds for Heim.
Homestead-Miami Speedway. Things are heating up. 15 laps to go. We've got different strategies, boys, trying to see if this is all going to play out. Will it work out for Grant Enfinger?
There's only one guy that's standing on an island by himself right now that would love to see the caution fly this moment, and that's the 15 of Tanner Gray. He has not pitted. He's going to be about out of gas, but if the caution flag flies right now, Phil,
I think he's coming right
now. He took the gamble.
Greatest NASCAR movie of all time.
Dawson Sutton did the same thing. He pitted about 2 laps ago.
All right, Tanner Gray's in now.
If the caution flag would have come out prior to him pitting, he wins the race, I think, going away. But unfortunately, it didn't for him. You see Daniel Dye, who just out-lapped himself on our leader, Grant Enfinger. And I'm watching the timing and scoring, and Corey Heim is not making the ground up that we felt like he needed to. I don't think there's any way that Corey Heim is able to, and he is a lead truck of those guys that pitted under green just now. I don't think there's any way he has enough time to catch that 9 of Grant Enfinger.
So Grant Enfinger, the 9, is the leader.
Question is, does he have enough fuel?
11 truck shown in the 8th spot.
That was Raja Karuth we saw right there, that blue and white truck, unlapping himself.
Enfinger, Heim, Eckes, Majeski, your 4. Caruth, Taylor Gray, Sanchez, Ankrum, your bottom 4.
On those older tires, what an impressive run for that 9 truck.
CR7 Motorsports, congratulations to them. They got their first official win as a team at Talladega just a few weeks ago, and of course now they'll have a chance to race for a championship. Amanda, what are they saying?
Your dark horse is passing my
pick.
pick.
Watching Grant Enfinger running behind Raja Karuth just there. The team was telling him, and try to limit passing as much as you can. Draft and save. Draft and save.
Well, Grant is a
it's gonna be close.
He knows how to do this. He's been at this game a long time. He knows how to save some fuel, and I'm sure he can come back and tell Jeff Stankiewicz, yeah, I saved you a good bit there.
He's going to go to Phoenix, as you said, and try to become a champion.
22 seconds for Heim.
It says on his truck.
11 to go.
I see what you did there. I like it.
Here's Corey Heim right now.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for subscribing, Jessica. Appreciate
Nobody else
you,
seems
Jessica.
to have the pace that it's on the same strategy as Grant Enfinger. There's Corey. You see him over a half lap behind here.
It ain't happening.
With just 10 laps to go, it's not going to. Well, I just haven't seen the pace out of Corey when he put those fresh tires on that he needed to.
You also have to remember, though, Grant's got to make sure he saves that fuel you're talking about. The team had to make sure they got it all fueled up. There's still some variables left as we race toward the checker.
Again, all 7 trucks right now in front of Corey Heim are on that same strategy, pitted within a lap or two of what Grant Enfinger did under that last caution.
And just a reminder, Grant Enfinger pitted on lap 80 and Corey Heim pitted on lap 100.
So 20 laps.
The 9 is either going to run out or win by a mile. 38's been running the high side, those are 1 and 2. I think we're the best one on fuel. If we can just give up a little bit to try to make it. But yeah, give it up.
Didn't give it up because he's 9 seconds
That
ahead
was
of Connor
Nick
Mozak
Sanchez.
right now running in 4th. So he has a lot of cushion to give up there.
Didn't he tell him a little while ago he wasn't giving up? Well, it might have changed
He said he
his
was
mind.
going after the 38. What was that, 20 laps ago? He was going after the 38.
30 likes to go to 200. Help us get to 200
a lot
likes.
like we saw at our last mile and a half in Kansas with the fuel mileage and the strategy and running out late.
Grant Enfinger, he talked about the win a couple of weeks ago and said it was the biggest win of his career because his family was there. Both of his children got to witness the win and be there with him. The only member of the family that wasn't there is his pig named Wilbur. I wonder if he brought him this time around. How cool for Grant Enfinger if they could pull this off after the damage, the run-in with Christian Eckes, get that truck fixed up, little strategy call, and now he continues leading here, looking for his 2nd win in a row.
I don't see anybody with a pace that will challenge Grant Enfinger if we don't get a caution flag. There's Jeff Stankiewicz, his crew chief, a former Truck Series champion crew chief for Sheldon Creed, calling the shots.
You see, Grant's taking as low of a line as he thinks he can and still have that pace that he has, just making the track shorter, saving the fuel.
He's not even racing the 11 of Corey Heim right now. He's still racing the 38 of Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs right now being shown a little over 2 seconds behind Grant. There's Lane running right up against the wall. Again, it's a longer way around the racetrack. Probably faster, but a longer way around the racetrack. And that's what the spotter for Grant Enfinger was talking about.
Corey Heim about 1 second and 4/10 quicker.
This could be
than our
Enfinger
leader,
versus
Enfinger
Riggs.
last time by.
CeeLo's your favorite? Awesome, Richard.
Yeah, Corey's going to get up into the
favorite
top
NASCAR
5, I think, with
broadcast
6 laps
member
to
for
go.
me.
We're
It's
close to
Benny
the top
Parsons.
5.
Well, I grew up
Corey Heim still shown in the 8th spot. And it's interesting, you guys always talk about, the
a little bit of
rookies
Ken
versus the
Squire,
veterans and that experience. And Grant's been in this,
Benny
been at it a long
Parsons, some
time,
Rusty
knows
Wallace.
exactly what he needs to do, whereas Lane Riggs,
No,
it's
not
his
Rusty
first
Wallace.
full-time year. He's just doing what he thinks he
Who was
needs
the guy
to
on
do.
ESPN?
But right now, about a 1.7 seconds back now to Grant Enfinger.
Yeah, but if I'm Lane Riggs
7
right
to
now,
go.
yeah, I know I'm close on fuel. I'm not in the playoffs. I'm going to try to go after that 9 truck. If I run out of gas, so be it. But I don't want to sit here knowing that I had more than
Bob
maybe
Jenkins,
enough to
that's it.
challenge
That's
that
who I
9
grew up
truck
on.
and
Bob
have enough
Jenkins.
fuel to get to the end.
Okay,
Dr.
Bill, watch
Jerry
this.
Punch,
He
yeah.
agrees with you. That's exactly what he's doing. He's hammered down right out next to the fence. We see him
There's the Kanamaki,
sideways with his
him and Ken
wheel.
Squire
What
on
a great
CBS for the Daytona 500. Ned Jarrett, yeah.
Again, that's not a battle for position. Caden Honeycutt now. Still
Yeah,
a
you're
lap
right,
down.
Steven.
He is the lead truck 1 lap down if the caution were to come out.
4 laps to
He
go.
would get to
We
free
want a
pass.
caution.
Caden Honeycutt, so strong early on. Talked about him a lot, and then he had that bad restart. Got shuffled back, and we haven't really talked a lot about him.
Like boogity Darrell, yeah.
We saw the same thing that happened to Sanchez. Remember,
Alan
penalty on pit
Bestwick,
road
yeah,
for
he's good
speeding.
too.
Second stage really didn't see anything there, but the strategy has him right now running up in the 3rd spot. And I think he definitely has backed off the pace. I think he's slowed down at least a second because of all that gap
No,
he had
go
back to
Grant,
Connor
no
Mozak
yellow, please.
to try to ensure that he has enough fuel to get to the end.
I just have to tell you, though, saving fuel or strategy, Grant Enfinger, who's in the lead and in control of this race, if he doesn't run out of gas, he has the fastest truck. He has the fastest truck in the long run.
3
Corey Heim's
laps
truck
to go.
falls off too much.
But this truck right here is solid right now. Yeah, I'm sure Corey Heim is in traffic right now, but he actually was slower than the 9 truck of Enfinger that last lap.
There's Corey Heim working his way around the 18.
That is a battle for position. That is a battle for the 6th position. And Lane Riggs officially runs out of fuel, like the spotter for Grant Enfinger and Nick Sanchez said he would.
Maybe he won't get back.
Running up next to that high line and
maybe he won't get back.
Looks like another truck.
I don't think he's going to get back.
In front of him. Can they keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack? Get to pit road without bringing a caution out.
He's going to spin himself out.
I think that was Chase Purdy in the 77 truck, but meanwhile,
white flag is in the air.
Oh well, even if the caution comes out, it's over.
That's all he wanted to see was that white flag. Now he just hopes he has a few tenths of a gallon of gas.
Nothing to lose coming into this race. Little bit of strategy.
Good through 1 and 2.
The pit crew got it done. Fixed that truck up despite
down the back stretch he goes.
Jeff Stankiewicz working his magic, working the numbers, telling his driver exactly what he needs to do, where he needs to be. Keep enough fuel in that race truck to get it done. The 2 and Nick Sanchez in second is out of gas. Checker flag is in the air for Grant Enfinger.
Congratulations, Grant Enfinger.
Back-to-back wins.
Wow.
Well done. I'm sure they held their breath for a while there.
Wow. How do we do this, man? We always have such entertaining
Jim McKay
events.
and Jackie Stewart.
Nick Sanchez pitted one lap before Grant Enfinger. 1 lap.
The experience you guys were talking about. Communication.
Nick Sanchez ran out of gas. He's coasting.
With all,
he's got to cross the finish
Friesen
line.
Also ran out of fuel right at the very end, and Corey Heim ended up finishing 4th.
You said he'd make the top 5. There he did.
Sanchez still hasn't crossed the finish line yet.
We have a heat, man. You just have the best truck. So took a disadvantage, made a good call, made it an advantage. Great job. I think we got fuel for a burnout.
Oh.
We got fuel for a burnout, he said.
I love it.
That's a driver knowing exactly what he's got.
You know, when your truck handles better than the rest, you're going to burn less fuel, and he just did everything perfectly. Now he's going to do a burnout perfectly, he seems like.
12th career win and his 194th start. Grant Enfinger, the 39-year-old from Fairhope, Alabama.
All those playoff drivers say, man, if we can't win, go Grant, go Grant.
You see those 9.
No doubt.
How about Connor Mozak with a career best finish of 3rd?
You talked earlier, Phil, about how strong he's been this year with the finishes. Top 5.
Hit the like button. That's right, Rob.
They were steady Eddie today. That 7 truck never wavered. Top 5, start to finish.
And a great call by Mark Hillman. Todd kept us up to date with Mark Hillman the entire race. They end up finishing 5th with that gamble on pitting.
See the unofficial results on the bottom of your screen. Nobody else is officially locked in. Next race, next Friday night from Martinsville. That will be elimination night. One more opportunity to join Grant Enfinger and burn it down. Talk about turning it up, turning that wick up when it matters most. This team getting it done. So close for Nick Sanchez. Just not enough. Runs out of fuel at his home track.
He was another one of those drivers that pitted 1 lap before Grant Enfinger did.
And he's thinking, how in the world did Grant just do that?
And a burnout.
And a burnout. Just to put it in their face a little bit. This is how you do it, boys.
In your face.
Enfinger led 32 laps today. The helmet is off. Amanda.
Thank you, Wagon Man. Thank you so much.
Oh, and he's going to climb out of this as a back-to-back winner here in this 2024 season. And Grant Enfinger, you told your team, I have enough fuel to do a burnout. And Grant, I want to go back towards the end of that race. You and your team are going back and forth on that fuel save. How much conviction do you have in this crew?
Man, we've had a truck actually just as good at Darlington. Kind of just had bad circumstances. My buddy Tyler Young let a tear off get on our grill. Kind of took us out of contention there, but I think the truck we had here was equally as good. And I feel like we were able to take a disadvantage with whatever happened on that restart. I didn't think I did anything wrong, and my buddy Christian was, I guess, trying to split the middle, and just cut our tire a little bit. But just racing, Tim wanted to carry. He wanted to restart on the bottom. I wanted to restart the top, so I guess he was right on that one. I was wrong.
Welcome, Elmer. Thanks for
just
upgrading
was
your
just
membership.
The best truck out here. This Champion Power Equipment Chevy was really fast after about 5 laps yesterday, and it was the same way today. So Tim did a good job of managing me with the tires, and then Jeff did a good job managing me with the fuel. I felt like I saved at least 20% more than I did in the first run. But yeah, Jeff was on me pretty hard. Obviously, the 38 ran out. Looked like the 2 ran out as well. So yeah, hard to beat these 2 weeks.
Your team on the radio after you crossed the line and saw that checkered flag said, "You are the man." 2 wins in this playoff. How great is it being Grant Enfinger right now?
It's definitely good. You know, like I said, we've had potential all year, and I don't feel like
You're welcome, Eva.
You know, there's been some times I haven't executed. There's been some times we just had bad luck. But maybe this is the time we get our momentum. And like I told the guys, we'll just not get too worked up over this one, just focus on Phoenix. But it's hard not to have momentum. I think according to my buddy that tells me all the things I need to know, that should mean we got pit stall choice for Phoenix. But yeah, just overall proud of the execution of these guys, and more than anything, just proud of the speed. I mean, we had the fastest truck all day, and when you do that, you can even have some slip-ups or mistakes and overcome them.
Grant Enfinger, your winner at Homestead-Miami. Todd?
Yeah, Corey Heim.
See you guys soon. Here's Corey Heim.
You're disappointed, but you had another fast truck. The good news is you're second in the playoff points, 49 to the good. Tell me what's your day.
Yeah, I mean, overall, a good day for points and whatnot. Obviously, the main goal is to get to Phoenix, but yeah, disappointing. I mean, we were so fast last year and wanted to come back and redeem ourselves and win the race, of course, but, no complaints as far as points go. Makes Martinsville a little bit easier. Of course, we still have to put together a decent day, but proud of all my Tricon Garage, Toyota Racing, Safe Flight guys for all their efforts. Oddly enough, we struggled with long run speed, which typically isn't our forte, but we definitely fired off a lot better than we ended the run. So I thought once we got through the cycle and we had a lot better on the 98 as far as tires, and then we had the 3-second gap or whatever, we were able to drive away and see those guys run out of gas, but it just never fell our way.
Corey Heim, good run at Martinsville. He'll put himself into Phoenix in the playoff 4. To Jamie.
Yeah, Todd, great day for Corey Heim, all in all. Led the most laps, 60.
All right, so Enfinger, Corey Heim, Eckes, and Majeski are your top 4. Caruth, 22 points out. Taylor Gray, 24 points out. Tyler Ankrum, 41 points out. And Nick Sanchez, 43 points out. So next race is Martinsville next Friday night, so we'll hope to see you guys there soon. Let's go through the lineup really quick, and then we'll call it a bit, and we'll take about an hour and 20 minutes off. So let's take a look here. Grant Enfinger wins back-to-back. He wins Talladega. He wins here at Miami. Ty Majeski passes Corey Heim there. Connor Bozak, top 3. Look at that. Corey Heim, Tyler Ankrum, Stuart Friesen, Danny Dye, Raj Caruth, Christian Eckes, Taylor Gray, Matt Craft in there, 11th spot. Ooh, thank you. I'll sneeze there. Let's see. Nick Sanchez, 13th. Caden Honeycutt, 14th. Dean Thompson, 15th. Corey Day in 1 lap down. There's all your cars, 1 lap down. Lane Riggs runs out of gas. He finishes 22nd. And there's your 2 lap down cars, 3 laps down, 7 laps down. And old Matt Mills finishes 34th. So Frankie, old Malcolm in the middle, finishes in 33rd, 29 laps down. So there is all that. Take a brain break and come on back. That's right. We will see you guys soon. Let's go to the main page again. But thanks for all the fun today so far. We've been up doing this since 8 a.m. this morning. We hope you had enjoyed being with us these last 2 events. We got 1 more racing event left, and then we have a baseball game tonight, so hope you guys are tuning in for us for that. The pin message has the Xfinity race for you. You'll also be redirected as well to the Xfinity race. So go and take some break, get you something to eat, get you something to drink, bathroom break, whatever, some snacks, and we'll see you back here for a pre-race show at 2:30 Central for the NASCAR Xfinity race as they do their second to last race of the round of 8. So we'll see you soon. And thanks to my lovely wife, Spain, for everything that she's done today, running around being crazy. Behind the scenes stuff, and I love you for that. I want to thank my mods for moderating, taking care of whatever we need to take care of. I want to thank my mods, my members, for their hard-earned money back to the channel. I want to thank you for watching. If it wasn't for you, there would be no CeeLo channel, so thank you so much for that. We'll see you in about an hour and 20 minutes. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for all the new members, all the likes. We almost got to 200, 187. If you're watching this on replay, hit the like button for us. Trying to get to 200 likes or more. And subscribe if you're new, if you're just finding us on YouTube. All right, y'all. We'll see you in a little bit. Congratulations, Grant Enfinger. 2 races in a row, back to back. He's definitely going to the round of 4. What happens next week? We don't know. We'll see you soon. If we don't see you, we'll see you whenever we see you. Peace out.